City, live, city, live, from the basement. Listen, let's go. Word articulation, life manifestation. I'm underground niggas like we chillin' in your basement. I'm sicker than an ulcer, flyer than a vulture. Got the Nina in my lap like it's part of the culture. 40 in the holster, I'ma do what I'm supposed to. If your CD is whack, we gon' use it for a coaster. From here to Valdosta, don't make me pop the toaster. I speed it through life like a Ferrari Testarossa. My dream is to own land with mad acres, affiliated with jawbreakers and lawmakers. We pour aces with all types of races, chicks with dime faces, dodging court cases. I remember hearing stories about them old timers, sipping whiskey so darker than coal miners. Face it, we lace it and place it, complacent. It's that underground knock that be cooking in the basement.
In the basement, I took them through the basics, similar to training to see if they was cake mix. You're complacent, stuck in this matrix. Banana clip on your monkey ass going ape shit. Emancipate your whole spirit on some ape shit. You don't want this, I'm the 1988 shit. A pandemic to these MCs and bouts, so they lay up on the couch and they never leave the house. Figure it out, this is the now or the present. Your life is in the balance, so you challenge every second. You can't see me in the daytime, look fluorescent. This a grown man while you stepping prepubescent, flexing a bird chest laid up in a bird's nest. The heat that I spit's designed to burn flesh and leave nothing left but your skeletal set. And this is how we tame every credible threat.
Welcome to Jam Rock, nigga. My gong tough, my bomb stuffed. Think you inhaling the wrong stuff. Fly feats of language, leave them all struck. Screwed you the Mac, they should all duck. Meaning you and them niggas you called up. Settlement the concept. This is raw dust. Should be careful what you call us. It started as a hobby in the project lobby. Finding my focus now with center stage. Blunted, Breaking Bad. Who the dopest is me? Cock and semi guys. What else you expect with Sound Chamber linked with City Live? Niggas gotta give me mine. Janet Jackson action, you can get it anytime, any place. Whole family crying at the Millie wine. No con artist, but it's shady how I slump boost. Big cannon, Jack your Lil Johns for your crunk juice. Don't make me have a flashback. Knock your fronts loose. Panther high as a kite, ripping my stripes like run shoes.
And we are live. Back in effect.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up?
It is the effing podcast. And it's me, B-Dub.
Branson.
Hassan, a.k.a. Alpha Dog, Roof Roof.
Yes, we are in the house, and it is a beautiful Saturday evening. First, we're going to start off with our usual shout-outs. We're going to give a shout-out to Eighth and Fancy for all of your adult beverage snacks and needs.
Shout out, shout out.
Then from there, we're going to give a shout-out to Dank Drinks.
Dank drink.
The dankest of drinks. And then from there, we're going to give a shout-out to Crimey Dealers.
Crimey.
Yes, and then last but certainly not least, we have the local plug.
Local plug.
Please eat responsibly. So, it's been a very, very busy week this week. Lots of things popping amongst the news world, both on the entertainment, local, state, national, federal level, and even sports.
Yep.
Everything is popping this week. Where's Buddha, first and foremost?
He's on the way, I guess.
Okay, so Buddha is still on the way. We are awaiting Buddha and Kelly Joe. I don't. She's not with us.
Shout out, Kelly.
Shout out Kelly
shout
Joe.
out.
Yeah, we'll just announce when she's here.
But it was an interesting week this week. First thing, we came off Mother's Day weekend last Sunday, so happy belated Mother's Day. Next weekend, we'll be going into Memorial Weekend.
Oh yeah.
Summer is approaching very quickly. I know summer's here because the kids start sneaking in the pool. So that's when I know that summer has got here.
Yeah, I pulled up and I saw people in the pool. I'm like, I'm not used to that.
I don't think they've opened the pool yet, but obviously the residents have. But
Yeah.
I'm not sure, though. But that's how I know summer's
You
here.
swim in that pool when it's not ready if you want. It's going to be burning all types of skin conditions. Go ahead and play in that. Yeah, Mother's Day passed by. And this was a cool Mother's Day because, like, niggas got backbones this Mother's Day. Lil Wayne kicked his baby mom or his girlfriend out the house and her kid on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And even Rudy Gobert just kicked his girl out. Now, shout out to Ant-Man getting his teammates focused because that's a true team leader. Okay? Ant was like, yo, I got rid of my chick. Rudy, you next. And so Rudy was like, yeah, we got to get focused and get on this championship level. It is not a coincidence they are going to make it to the Western Conference Finals and dominate. I think whoever they play, I think they're going to make it to the finals, even though I am pulling for Westbrook to get his ring. But, yeah, shout out to Gobert. Now, if Julius Randle can just, maybe not be out there dating, get rid of his girlfriend, they can all be focused on getting that championship. And don't worry, these women, they'll be around after you win the championship. So don't feel bad about kicking them out the house. But, yeah, I wanted to shout out Rudy Gobert and Ant-Man getting his teammates on the same page.
Another thing that happened this week that was interesting was we welcomed gingers into the black community. Did anybody see that?
Who says who?
That's all that's been down my feed.
What's that?
Gingers, redheads, they were welcomed into the black community this week. Well, because they were on the field with slaves as well, and they say that's why they have red hair.
No, it's because of genetics and genes, and
they're
has
white.
nothing to do with slavery.
Well, the gingers are now.
Niggas just be making up shit.
Yeah, this what happened.
I'm like, that don't even make sense.
Right, this
Gingers
what happened when
are now
motherfuckers don't
included in-
even understand history.
Gingers are now included.
No.
Gingers got Wendy's open.
Yeah,
That's their
gingers,
victory.
right.
Yeah.
Ginger and redheads, they are still white folks.
Yeah, nah. I
ain't
don't
doing
even know
that.
what that one.
Motherfuckers always trying to change history. They always trying.
I can't
If
even
it
play
ain't
that.
history, you trying to change gender roles and shit like that. Like, listen, this shit was been going down for thousands of years before either any of our asses was thought of. So don't you new motherfuckers think y'all can come in and try and change shit, man? That shit is what it is. Damn.
Oh, you wanted to give the breaking news about the
Oh yeah, in Brooklyn. Yeah, this is actually just happened a few minutes ago. There's apparently a ship
Yeah.
that hit the Brooklyn Bridge. and caused it to, I guess, sink. And now they're sending out crews and stuff.
Rescue crews.
Yeah, it was.
people.
The mass was pretty high. I think it was like 140 feet. They said. Hold on, let me pull up the story because, yeah, this just happened. So, yeah, it's a Mexican Navy tall ship slamming into the Brooklyn Bridge. 200 people were on board. It had a 147-foot mast. That's what collided with the bridge. And just before 9 p.m. Eastern. And, yeah, there's a video of it. I just saw it. I ain't get a chance to, load it up for y'all to see it if y'all are watching, but it's pretty much on Twitter right now. You could find it, of the mast crashing into the bridge and the boat catching the worst of it. Yeah, I hope nobody died.
I hope they recover everybody.
Yeah, I hope everybody's safe. But, yeah, that looks like some crazy.
Super scary.
Yeah, very super scary.
To be on a boat and watch as you know that you're about to impact into a bridge has got to be one of the scariest things you could think of.
Seriously miscalculate that.
Yeah, boy. And then if you get into that water, you in the nasty ass New York. What is that? The Hudson?
Yeah, the Hudson.
I believe it's the
hell no.
Hudson. Yeah.
You can't even swim in the Hudson.
I mean, but thankfully the water won't be as cold as it was when the last incident we had.
In Baltimore?
Yeah, hopefully the water won't be as cold, so people will have a better chance.
No, I'm just glad that the bridge wasn't damaged. The boat caught the worst of that.
Oh, if the bridge had been damaged,
the bridge that'd have been a problem at the Brooklyn Bridge.
That would have been a catastrophe.
Yeah,
that would have been a catastrophe.
Niggas would have dropped they chopped cheeses in the Hudson.
Well, we hope all people are recovered, you know, and we'll keep y'all updated on how it goes.
Yeah. Okay. Has there been any revelations on Friday? Because I know we did our show Thursday and covered most of Diddy's week 2, and we were looking forward to Friday to see if there was any new revelations. And I think the only thing that was revealed was that audio of Cassie threatening the escort. Yeah, that was about it.
Yeah. So, and basically, the mood swing has been like, if you had to pick who's so far winning the case, it's the defense.
It's Diddy. You can just say his name.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't read too much in it because the whole thing is sex trafficking. Now, you already have sex workers admitting to doing things. They're trying to get you on sex trafficking, and people forget that they're bringing the people, the sex traffickers in. So they're kind of proving their case, though.
Do you not know there is a law about your privacy in the bedroom? You feel what I'm saying? So this is what's being, and see, this is what people is missing here. He's put on trial for his swinging lifestyle, because that's what it is. They were swingers, and anybody that's swingers can identify outside of the beating part. And no, let's bring it in, because you got some kinky motherfuckers like to get beat.
That's
what I'm saying. But this is what,
gonna play that one.
Yeah, we are, because this is what it is.
But that wasn't no kinky. She like to get beat.
What you mean? When we got text messages of her
saying I like to get beat.
She got text messages of him between her and Diddy are making up this freak offs. No, she's involved in it.
So
she's involved with the freak off.
Like to get beat.
Well, yes, you do. You do have. No, come on, bro. We're not gonna do that.
Yes,
we do have. We do have
because I know about that lifestyle.
Listen, we do have segment of in the sexual world, deviant world, where some men and women likes to get beat on. That turns them on. Okay. What's that? Dominaries? That's what they dominatrix. That's what they do.
That was
you're trying.
Well, I didn't know. See, listen. So let's listen to what I'm saying. I didn't say this is what that was transpiring between Diddy and her. What I was saying was they are what's being put on trial right now, because nothing has been proven anything come close of racketeering. It's his sex life that's being put on trial right now. And there are laws that protects us from that. That's all I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, it looks like another thing that was revealed on Friday was the payout that the actual hotel gave Cassie, which
$10
was
million.
Yeah, another 10 million, which is on top of the 20 million Diddy gave her in the settlement. So she's made 30 million so far off of all this. There was the Homeland Security Investigation special agent who testified about items like baby oil and lubricants, as well as drugs found in the hotel where Diddy was arrested. So what they were trying to say is he had one last freak off plan when he came to New York to turn himself in.
He was gonna go
Yeah,
out
he
with
said
a bang.
one more freak for the road.
Right.
He was gonna go out with a bang.
Yeah, he was going to go out with a bang. And then you had
Mind
Don.
you, the drugs that he probably had was personal use. So let's make sure we understand that, because usually when law enforcement start talking about drugs, they're very vague.
Yes,
So
they
they
are.
want the public to be like, oh my God, he got caught with a lot of drugs. No, this was most likely personal use drugs that he gotten off of.
Well, besides that, they also had Don Richard. I'm getting this right. From Danity Kane, who testified about witnessing Combs attack Cassie on multiple occasions in the past, including an incident she described in the kitchen. And that's so far the new revelations. In addition to that, they were investigating a claim that Cassie claimed she was raped in 2018, and they're trying to find plot holes in her testimony. So that's all that happened Friday that we didn't cover. And I'm seeing a lot of things convoluted. First and foremost, I don't think Diddy was a really good boyfriend at all. I think he was terrible.
Diddy's narcissism did him in.
He's a narcissist.
His narcissism.
He's a
did
woman
him in.
beater. He's a lot of things, but I don't believe he's a sex
She's a
trafficker.
narcissist too, because she was a jealous type woman.
Yeah,
she
she
admitted that.
But
She admitted that.
That's not what did Diddy in. What I'm saying is Diddy did himself in. Diddy.
What did him in, because the feds released that damn tape.
No,
They
what
don't.
did him in was that he thought that he was so big that who cares what we hear about Diddy? Who cares? What makes
you give that impression?
Yeah,
Because
I
everybody
understand that.
knew about these freak offs. And since you brought
What
up
the-
the
how
swinger-
does-
listen? Since you're talking about the swinger lifestyle,
Yeah.
when the swinger lifestyle, it's not just for everybody to know about. It's a closed community if you know about it.
Right.
So you're saying there's swingers and stuff like that.
Yep.
The downfall is you having too many people in your business, but you don't care because you're just so larger than life that it's not going to affect you in the long run.
So it's okay to prosecute somebody's sex life. That's what you're agreeing to.
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
But
Because
there-
this is all what we're seeing right now.
But we've also seen him beat on this girl.
That's
Good,
not
but
what he's
that's
on
that's
trial
not what he
for.
on trial
But
for.
nevertheless,
And this is-
nevertheless, was that brought
and-
up in the trial? Did they show it in the trial?
This is
That's all the trial's about,
That's
basically.
exactly.
But my point is this. Regardless of what you say, they brought it into the trial
It's-
to put it into
It's
people's
to
minds.
exactly. So this is where common sense, understanding the law, and letting the thing do not let your personal feelings affect what's facts. What's facts here is was he a not so good boyfriend? In some people's eyes,
Is he an awful person? Just call it what it is.
What you mean? We only saw one time that he put his hands on her. In the affidavit, she was having withdrawals from having drugs. That's the reason why she left and ran out the damn room. So now, if you want to sit here, analyze this shit, let's put content in what's going on. Why did she run out the room?
I don't know. I wasn't
Hold
there.
on. It's all important, because if you want to label this man as a certain character, you must put in evidence what is the cause and effect of this shit. She admitted this shit in court. She was having a bad effect, withdrawal from drugs, from whatever drugs she was taking. I think it was opioids. That's what was reported. Mm-hmm. She ran out the room. He went to go get her. Now we see her beat on her. Okay. Now you cannot excuse that. You have not heard me say anything about that, excusing the assault that took place. But what you're trying to do is you're taking that micro section right there and you're trying to say this is what he's been doing this whole time, when in fact, in her own words, she haven't said that he's been beating on her the whole entire time they've been together.
But other people have said it.
We can get other people if the prosecution asking her these questions and she's coming out her own mouth saying this, she has not said Diddy has been abusing me the whole entire time that I've been with him.
Look,
that's all I'm just saying. We cannot paint that character.
Take up for this man.
What you mean taking up? That's not. We saying was facts.
Beating on this girl.
But that's
and this is the problem. You're taking the assault and you want blind justice. That's what you want.
Blind justice.
It is because he's
what
on.
Do you want him? What do you want from it?
Like I said,
what do you want from it? Yeah, exactly.
Like I said, his narcissistic ways.
You don't want to answer that.
This situation. So whatever happens to him happens to him.
And that's the problem I have here. You're sitting here. If you take away from them leaking that damn tape, because that's what they did. They leaked it. If they never leaked this, you not even and anybody else has no interest in this shit. Okay, then, but he's not on trial for that. He's not on trial for that.
They didn't press charges for him.
Exactly. Statute of limitations. He's on trial
I said,
he's on trial
I'm going to
for
stick by what I said. He's
sex
an awful
trafficking
person.
I think Diddy's a piece of shit.
Okay, that's fine. You can have your personal opinion about
and he's a
him
woman beater. I'm not denying that.
But when we talking about
is he
charge,
a sex trafficker?
No, he's not. As of right now, no, he's
that's
not.
What he's on trial for.
Well,
as of right now, no, he's not a sex trafficker.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, the sex workers.
What about them?
Isn't that part of sex trafficking?
Depends.
Okay.
It depends. What are we talking?
But that's what I'm saying. They're making the case that he's sex trafficking. You're bringing sex workers in. So if you're traveling them around.
When we talk about sex trafficking, that's normally somebody doing something against their will. They're not doing it against their will. They're being paid.
We haven't seen everything yet.
I know. But
right.
I mean, so far, I'm going off the evidence.
Exactly, as of right now.
So far, I haven't seen evidence.
And then we talk about racketeering. We talk about racketeering. When we hear racketeering, we talking about mafia. Nothing that's being described right now constitutes racketeering, huh?
They're saying he heads. The whole thing.
Bro.
What organization?
Yeah, exactly. What organization?
Whatever.
What criminal no, you can't do that. If you're going to speak that,
they're saying that he is the leader of all his freak offs. The feds, obviously.
Okay,
he's the leader of the freak offs.
Exactly.
He has freak offs.
Exactly.
So they're going to somehow wrap that around an organization.
They have not done that as of now.
What organization?
Exactly. What criminal organization? Let's pinpoint it. What criminal organization that he is doing this?
We will see.
Hey, no, we will see.
Yes, we will.
Okay, fine. As of right now,
he's got a court case going on. Right now, you're saying y'all don't see it. I'm saying I kind of see it.
I don't see
what
they're charging him with.
The charges doesn't fit what's going on right now.
I mean, if you want to arrest him and charge him with beating a woman, that's fine. I agree with you.
First week of a trial. I do not believe the feds just put everything in the case.
No, we didn't say that.
I'm not.
So I still believe that they are going to wrap all this stuff
I'm saying based off the 2 weeks so far,
it's reasonable doubt. Reasonable doubt has been created, and all you need.
And
is
I don't even like Diddy. I'm not a fan of Diddy. I don't really even care for if this nigga gets locked up or not.
And to do the time, it got to fit the crime. That's all.
I just got to say, if you charging this man with trafficking, I need to see evidence that he's trafficking.
Exactly.
That's it.
How long did they say the case was going to take?
About 2 months.
2 months. At the end of June.
We're in the second week.
Yeah, but I'm just saying so far.
Okay.
We just said so far.
If they put him on trial for domestic violence, I wouldn't be against that.
Right.
He already lost $20 million to Cassie, so I can't say he hasn't paid in some way, shape, or form. And if the statute of limitations is over and they can't do anything about it, then we can't do anything about it. But his public image is still tainted. He's not going to get endorsements. He's not going to have the life he should have had before, or he would have had before.
Does he deserve it?
No.
Yeah, I mean, again,
I don't like that he put hands on a woman.
Again, now, stop. I got to stop y'all right there.
What?
It's one thing to condemn somebody for their action.
Which is what I'm doing.
Right. But he's saying, y'all, you taking it to his lifestyle. Why that his lifestyle shouldn't be taken away because of some would say a mistake, whether it's intentional or not. You feel what I'm saying?
I can't say whatever. If he isn't getting legally charged for putting hands on Cassie, then I can't say whatever happens from it is wrong. If he doesn't get another endorsement from this tape, I can't say he's wrong.
Right. And what I'm saying is, because whether he was convicted or not, his lifestyle, what he built up, should not be taken away. That's what I'm stressing.
I disagree there.
No, why is that? Because he did hands on no. Listen to what I'm saying.
And I hear you.
Listen to
he did all this.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. And this is some historical facts behind this shit. Of our government has been doing this, taking black riches. If he has not made his money off the sex trafficking and shit like that, all right, you got a point. We know he has not made his money off of that. So even if he were convicted or not, his lifestyle should not be taken away. He built that. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the difference.
Seeing how he conducts himself, how he wields his power, because he's a very powerful person.
Okay.
Anybody who has that type of power does not deserve it, does not need it.
Do we talk about this shit when somebody?
I'll say that about anybody who wields power.
I have not heard you say anything about. Let's say we could take Trump for instance. 34 convicted felon. Did I hear any black person say, "Oh, his power should be taken"? No. In matter of fact, no, not majority. Not majority.
We didn't even want him to be president.
I didn't say me. I didn't say me, and I didn't say you. What I'm saying is,
black people as a general didn't want Trump to be president.
I don't know what you're getting at.
We have a segment of people
like
that
15-20%.
However see fit. What I'm saying is, if he hasn't made his money off of sex trafficking, fair game. We know he didn't make his money off of sex trafficking. So if he was to get convicted of that, his wealth should not be taken away because of that crime. That's too far. You know what I'm saying? He paid his due where he paid the settlements up. You're going further than that, saying his whole lifestyle should be taken away. So that means if you ever get in trouble and you done made some money that ain't had nothing to do with you getting in trouble, you're saying the government has the right to take away not only your freedom, but your money that you made. That is not fair.
Well, I didn't say the government.
No, that's what he's saying. He agreeing to when you saying your lifestyle should be taken away from you.
He does not deserve to have that type of money, power, and fame. How he's been conducting himself.
Regardless how he conduct himself, he made that money, quote unquote, legitimate the American way. The government nor any private entity should not take away your wealth because you was convicted of something or because somebody didn't like you. That's all I'm just saying. It's different when you do time. It's another thing when you telling somebody, okay, because you got convicted, I can take your money, your wealth. Bullshit. We already know that's a historical fact of what's going on in this country. Even till today, black wealth gets taken away and we don't get our shit back. So I'm not going to walk in line with that. I'm not going to agree with that. You can put somebody in jail for what they done. They can pay some fine. They can pay restitution to the victim. But to take their wealth that you know that they didn't make their money off of what they're convicted of, that's a different story.
Like I said, his narcissism got him in this situation.
It don't matter.
So however it plays out, he deserves because he felt to play it through like that.
See, and this is where I'm saying, and this is where I'm cautiously keep repeating. You walking in line when you talking like that, that's white supremacy, bro. When you're sitting here wanting blind justice, they got you to where they showed this incredulous video that is incredulous. To where you're talking to where you're saying wait a minute. It's okay that they can push the goalpost for some type of justice because he put his hands on her. That's not the way justice is supposed to be handled. Whatever charge they bring him up upon, you must prove that without a shadow of a doubt, that's what he done. Regardless whether he did as a boyfriend or not. That's two different things. And his wealth should not be taken away from him because you don't like him.
He doesn't deserve it. And that's how I feel about it.
Okay, that's fair. Fine.
Well, I can't agree with.
I can't agree with that though, because like I said, with this country and our history, black wealth has been stolen.
Yeah, they'll find a way to take.
They'll find a way to take it.
Yeah,
He didn't help them find a way to take it.
But at the same time, we're discussing two different things.
Yeah,
Like,
we talking about proof of guilt and innocence.
Yeah,
if he's guilty from the actions, he go do time.
Yeah.
He pay restitutions. He pay fines. That's what that's for. But to go beyond that and say take his wealth, hell no. You out of bounds for that, dog.
At least he ain't get the Panthers.
Okay, well, let's keep it moving to something a little less controversial. Tory Lanez.
That ain't even, that's still controversial.
That's kind of controversial.
Shit.
I seen
sarcasm.
people happy
Motherfucker
that he
sending
got
money to the
stabbed.
damn dude that stabbed his ass. Like, come on.
That's kind of wild.
Okay, so as we reported on Thursday, Tory Lanez was, as Fat Joe called it, what was it? He got caught ketchup. Did you see that clip of Fat Joe and Jadakiss?
I missed it.
Yeah. Fat Joe was just, I think he's doing that for attention.
I got a question.
Of course.
Yeah.
Do you put him on house arrest now?
Well, yeah, he can't be in jail.
Like,
It's
do you
a
put him on
danger.
house arrest now?
Well,
Like,
no, what in situations like that, he get placed in solitary confinement.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Away
You
from
don't get free. If you got time, you got time. The only way you get your ass out if Governor Newsom pardon his ass. That's it.
And that's what they're pulling for now. So yeah, he's seems like Tory is expected to make a full recovery.
that's
But
good.
Yeah,
What they gonna do is they'll probably keep him in wherever hospital he is for however long they could. That so he's in a secure area, but he's away from population, and long as they can. And then
After-
once they bring his ass back, he going to solitary
After something
confinement.
like that, I could never feel safe again. Like, I don't care where I'm at, in the hospital, and you can't make me feel safe.
But you
again.
still gotta do time, nigga.
I understand.
You still
that.
gotta do
I
it.
understand that, but that's shit.
Mexicans had on boots.
Shit, you still gotta do time. You just know you better when you get back. You still got what you gonna do. You're gonna be isolated from population until they move you
He's
to
gonna
another.
have to be.
Yeah,
I would.
Cause that's 23-hour lockdown, nigga.
I know.
That means you only get out for 30 minutes for
Taking it.
That's 24-hour stab free, nigga.
I'm taking it.
Why? All you gotta do, niggas gonna be on your joint. Hey, bro, I put some on your books. I get my people put some on your books. He can form a little
Well,
team.
did he do that before? What exactly happened?
We don't know.
And see, this is my thing. Like, remember now, the picture of Tory came out maybe a week before this happened. Tory looking like he putting weight on and stuff, looking, like
Prison.
Yeah, but when somebody's shanking you, they can catch you from behind. You ain't paying attention. His self-awareness, if his self-awareness is not keen to where he like, oh, something ain't right, because you can come in a city, even if you out and about now, if your sense of awareness is keen, you can be walking and shit and like, oh, let me turn the other way because something bad happened, and by the time he turned the other way, a nigga got shot, some shit like that. His sense of awareness wasn't probably at a point, and once a nigga get up on you and they shanky you, nigga, it's all about getting them off you. Then you feel what I'm saying?
Look,
So
it turned into prison life real quick for Tory Lanez. I'll say that. God damn.
Yeah. So now the bigger deal was on Wednesday. Tory's legal team held a press conference where they claimed to have new evidence related to the shooting case involving Meg Thee Stallion. And this new evidence is coming from Kelsey Harris's former bodyguard, who claims to have overheard Kelsey state that she was the one who shot Megan Thee Stallion, and Tory's legal team is using this claim to call for a pardon or the commuting of his sentence and is pursuing an appeal of his conviction. So
what did you say? Did you say this is the weirdest case ever?
yeah, because it's just like there's so much bullshit around gun firing and somebody getting shot in the toe.
And don't nobody know.
Yeah, and don't nobody know
and
nothing.
the crazy part, when you share that joint, when he talked to what's it, Jason?
Jason,
Jason Lee, is it?
Yeah, Jason Lee.
Jason Lee, he basically saying like, yo, he knew who did it. He just didn't say nothing about it. And
somebody
And that's
had to
what
know who did
confuses
it.
me.
because I told you what my theory was.
To me, that's some simp ass shit.
Right, but I
doing
told
10 years.
I told you what my theory was the fact that them niggas was having a threesome. You feel what I'm saying? And since Meg is like the alpha out of she's the alpha out of between her and old girl. Tory took a liking to old girl. He didn't want her to get locked up because it was reported she had. You right. It was reported that she had a kid or some shit like that.
Didn't want her to get.
Hell, Meg knew. She knew the fuck shot her, and she still went along with it.
Everybody know who shot who.
Right, but she's out here.
This is all stupid.
But she's out here putting restraining orders on him to be quiet and shit. Like, what we doing?
Everybody, it was such a small, confined area.
Man, we already
know who shot.
We already knew who shot who. We was already talking about that old girl shot. Man.
Remember, even on that interview, he's up here talking about, yeah, man, I lost my mom at this age and woo-de-woo. He's talking about street credibility. Like, nigga, that's why you're in jail now.
Over the street credibility. I couldn't do 10 years over.
And you ain't even from the streets.
Yeah, I couldn't. That's why he did it.
But now you look at this. Fast forward, and now you in the hospital.
Almost died and shit.
Playing. Got hit up 14 times.
I am from the suburbs, and I will act like I'm from the suburbs for the rest of my life. Right. I have no desire to do 10 years to prove the streets anything.
Act where you live at, nigga. Don't be. You know what I'm saying? The grass ain't greener on the other side. Niggas is doing what they're doing because of their environment. It's a life or death type shit.
I'm in my 40s. I don't care about street
If you ain't from that shit, live with you.
After you done made so much money, who cares about street credit?
But when you trying to portray this image for your fan base and alike and shit like that, that's what the type of shit they doing. Trying to act like they tough when nigga, you know you're not. You just did some simp ass shit. You are in prison. You are in prison because you didn't tell who the fuck that everybody already knew who shot Meg.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody knew it's already been reported Meg is a clear aggressor when it comes to fucking niggas.
Well,
she act like a dude. Like, that's my dick.
Did they offer him a plea?
I think they did. He turned it down.
Tory,
shit.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Because he felt like he can beat that shit.
Sleep with one eye open from now on. Regardless to what? Regardless that they put you in solitary confinement,
whatever.
You're
in solitary confinement, they can't get to you. They can't.
Yeah, you just get 1 day out or 1 hour outside.
1 hour out, 30 minutes in another
Tory,
6x9 cell, and 30 minutes to take a shower.
Tory, keep an eye open. That's all I'm saying. Keep an eye open. As
yeah,
long
you
as you
tell
in there,
the fucking truth. That's what you need to do. Stop
I'm
playing.
sorry,
nigga.
bro. Yeah, if you didn't pull that trigger and you took the L for Kelsey, you a simp. Russell Wilson envies you.
All y'all niggas involved is on some weird ass
Russell
shit.
Wilson's like, there's nothing I could do for Sierra like that. He's out simped Russell Wilson, nigga.
nothing.
He out simped a nigga dating Larsa Pippen now, whoever that is.
Right.
There's no bigger simp than Tory Lanez
Y'all
right
niggas
now.
Tripping, man. You throwing time behind protecting somebody that
I
everybody
couldn't do
knew.
it. I couldn't do it.
Fuck that. You the money maker, nigga.
Yeah, you the multi.
You know what I'm saying? You the money maker.
Did Kelsey put anything on his books?
Nope. I don't know. She probably did.
She better.
She probably did. It wasn't enough for that damn bodyguard not to say
times.
shit.
Like, look, right now you got hit 14 times.
You big
Ain't nothing
dummy.
enough for
that
nothing.
sound like a Red Fox moment. You big dummy.
But
Should have paid for some protection.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, moving right along, there was an update in the Chris Brown.
You want to get a You Big Dummy award.
Yeah, I was saying.
You want to get a You Big Dummy award.
Like, why you take your ass back to the city that you know?
You got a warrant, an open warrant. With video.
A civil lawsuit.
With video. Narcissism at its finest. They ain't going to fuck with me. They ain't going to fuck with me.
Yeah.
Tour is definitely in jeopardy right now, especially, 3 dates?
I mean,
all he
can do, he can make adjustments. That's all.
But the first 3 dates are they're keeping them till the 13th of June. Am I correct?
So what I'm saying is he can always make adjustments. Like the people who got actual tickets, he can always circle back and readjust it. So it can always it won't kick off like how he playing. That's all.
He's crazy.
Yeah, but he dumb as hell.
Chris Brown,
like I
Chris
said,
Brown out of pocket for this.
You knew you had a lawsuit and most likely had some charges out on your ass. You should have had your legal team, took their asses over there, handled that shit. But nope, you thought your shit. And if you're gonna come back in the damn country, nigga, at least go around the city. Don't go to the city.
Y'all show on Thursday, y'all said, why did he do it and stuff like that. See Breezy be on them drugs bad too. Like, all them niggas be on them drugs. Ain't no telling what pushed that man to do that.
There's got to be, like I keep saying, there's more to the story. Right. I don't think they keep saying unprovoked. That's the part that's getting me.
Right.
So,
like,
so Chris just pointed him out, snap, nigga just hit him over the head.
Yeah, nigga was just zoned out and just like, just hit the nigga head in the bottle.
Like, shit don't happen.
Nope.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, something happened.
Yes.
Nigga did something disrespectful to where Chris felt like he needed to do that shit.
But we're not gonna act like Breezy don't be on some things.
No, we not speculating either because I ain't around that man. I don't know what that man does and what people report on somebody unless I'm there and unless there is a consistency there. No.
Yeah, because none of this makes sense. So dude's just minding his own business, and for no reason,
He
Chris just bust him over the head
with a tequila
bottle for just no reason at all, unprovoked.
Just as much sense as it
was too
makes
close
that he
to-
goes back
Bitch.
to said place
snitching.
where
Yeah, no, I'm kinda
that
curious to know
happens.
that.
Like that makes as much sense as what happened
That
in the
doesn't
club.
make sense to me either. I'm like,
Okay.
Chris didn't know he did
He
some
knew who
shit.
he knew the fuck.
Then where's your team at? Like Chris, you know what happened.
He's still
the last
paying
time
that
we were
money
over there?
back from the goddamn from that PPP shit.
Chris,
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what happened the last time we were over there? We shouldn't be going over here right now.
Listen.
That shit.
All I'm saying is that's wild. That's diabolical that you just being that motherfucking
Narcissistic.
yeah, and you know you got open legal issues over there, and you go back to the motherfucking city.
Because
And
you
you know
think-
what's even crazy? The tabloids, the Sun over there, put the police on. It's like, hey, yo, you know, Chris Brown about to have he
What
about
I
to
said
start a
about
show.
Puffy, you think your name's so big, they ain't gonna fuck with me. They ain't gonna fuck with me. Now you in there till June 13th.
I mean, again, you know, like I said, he's, you know.
Yeah, so Chris is charged with grievous bodily
You know what?
harm.
On that tip, I don't think it's no.
said
No.
bodily?
No. Hold on. It's
Bodily
not.
harm.
Hold on. Back up. We're not saying that they won't fuck with me. He thinking like that because number one, everything that's being litigated right now happened almost 10 years ago. Let's keep that in mind. None of this shit happened within. Well, a couple of those situations happened within the last 2 years. That's all I'm just saying. So let's just keep that in mind.
Okay, well, I'll keep that in mind. So, yeah, I do think there is going to be a delay on his tour because it just looks like this incident is going to be conflicting with some of those tour dates that are already scheduled.
Unless some money gets changed and some type of agreement comes about.
Yeah, so Chris is currently being held in custody. So I hope he definitely gets
Free
out
Breezy.
of this. Yeah, free Breezy.
I think they're just doing it to prove a point. This is.
Like you, like nigga.
Yeah, you're just because they're just doing this to prove a point. They know who he is.
Don't disrespect our laws.
They know who. Everybody knows everything. They're just doing this.
But
to
the police
prove a
didn't know
point.
he was coming. It's the tabloids done put him on that he was coming. They done snitched on like, hey yo, you know, Chris is about to get come. I bet don't he got a warrant on him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, he do got a warrant. He gonna be where? Oh yeah, we gonna be waiting on that nigga.
Yeah. And they called him governor and mate when they arrested him.
He over there eating toast.
Eating
toasted
beans on toast. Eating beans on toast, bacon and mash.
Rubbish.
The most blandest food you've ever had in your life. Yes.
Oh, and then you talk about
Digestive
then you're getting
biscuits.
jail food. I'll tell you, you ain't even getting
Oh,
the.
God.
You ain't even getting. You ain't getting the street food.
Because American jail food is regular
Jail
British food. Yeah, American jail food is regular British food. So
you're not even getting
Porridge.
the good bangers and mash. You're just getting.
Nasty ass food. Okay, so I wanted to move on to the next topic because Corey Holcomb was in the news this week, as he is all the time. But this time, well, I agree with him most of the time. This time, I was definitely agreeing with him 100%. He was commenting on Toni Braxton, who was a little bit off kilter with her son's graduation. I got that clip lined up.
I want to talk about Toni Braxton. I can't believe that you would go to your son's graduation this way.
Because it's his way.
There's no protocol. You get what I mean? But look, after
No. You cannot be. No. Like, no.
this is her at the graduation. And that's one of the pictures that I really was tripping on, but
Is that at the school or
look,
is that
this
a
is the
private
second
party?
picture I want
I
them
mean,
to
not
show.
that it's
Right.
okay, but
this is
I'm
the
trying to
second
figure
picture
that
I
out.
want them to show. Make
Where's
sure
that
Abe
at?
has that picture.
I think it is.
This is the picture.
Oh, wow. No.
Do you see that at her son's graduation like that? This is why society is in chaos, because I bet nobody there who is a loved one of her is going to say, you're really dressed inappropriately for a graduation ceremony of your son.
Wow.
I don't care if you're an R&B singer. I don't care if you're a stripper. You ain't got no business showing up like that at your son's graduation. Doesn't that gown say Howard?
Yeah. It don't matter which one or where it's at. It could have been.
They should have escorted her out.
Wow.
They should have escorted her out. Like, what is wrong with you, man? There's a graduation for this young man. Look, and ain't it ironic?
Howard.
Ain't it ironic that she had a song called He Wasn't Man Enough for Me?
Yeah.
Ain't it ironic that He Wasn't Man Enough for Me was one of her hits? This is what happened when you ain't got a man in the house. This is what happens when you raise your son in a way where you're at his graduation dressed like that. Here's your son. Do you see this? Do I need to say more? Because everybody wants to talk about, oh, Corey, you foul, you this, you. I'm like, this is what happens when you don't have a real man in your son's life. Because no boy could grow up in a house with pictures like this on Instagram.
And that was Corey discussing Toni Braxton, who's been in the news this week.
I'm not the biggest Corey fan like that, but he's 100% right. But you see it everywhere though, and it's women just. It's like they forgot how to dress when you go to certain events.
Yeah, and with Toni,
No,
it's
they're liberating,
excuse.
man. That's liberation.
Man,
Feminism at its finest.
I'm all for, sometimes she might got on the outfit, maybe it's fitting her a little too good stuff, but did outfit Toni had on attention seeking?
Yeah,
attention.
Yeah,
He was
you took the attention from your son's
seeking.
special day.
That's a damn shame.
You're already going to get attention, because of Toni Braxton in the house.
Now Toni Braxton got the coochie cutter.
Now Toni Braxton out here with all her stuff out.
It's already like, damn, that's your mom. Damn, that's your mom.
Damn, that's your mom.
That's your mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is digital. This is on internet forever.
Exactly. That's his graduation photo. He
Right.
share with everybody.
50 years from now, I'm like, damn, mom. Well,
Hey, he can AI some pants on her.
but they still gonna have it. It's always on the internet. You can't, it's always up there.
But what's sad about this is she's of the age that she should be putting the younger ladies on about how you.
It's a time and
dress
place for
when
everything.
When you go to certain, if you go into the club, that perfect.
If you
club
go into the
outfit.
Met Gala,
if you
like
go,
how
if you
Halle Berry.
If you're not going to a child event.
Yeah,
it's a kids event.
Yeah,
it's a kids event.
Well, he's an adult, so it's an adult event. It's college, so they all adults.
It's nevertheless,
but it's not
a public event.
You're right. I'm just saying.
No, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
but it's a public
they're
event,
adults.
and there's
We
gonna be
can't do
kids
that
there
to them
and stuff like that. There's going to be children there.
Yes, that
And
part.
you would think, but it's that
Grandparents and shit like that. The thing about it is, it's your son's special day, so it should be all about him, your child, not you stealing the light from him. Like you stealing his.
Can't even watch the commencement ceremony.
Right,
no.
Because motherfuckers tweeting. He's seeing on his news feed. He's seeing on his Twitter that damn motherfucker, his mom trending and shit. Like damn,
Can't even watch.
What we doing?
I think y'all blowing this out of proportion, yo.
Really? No.
Yeah.
How?
And the only reason I say that is because I was just at a graduation last week, and it was the same as that.
Dressed like that, but
Dressed like that, and it's not just one person.
no, it's not. But
And
should
for all-
they be?
And
dressed
for
like
all
that?
the ones that dress like of such, they should be ashamed of themselves because again, it's
I'm not
not
gonna tell
about.
somebody to be ashamed of how they're dressed.
They
but
should.
They
I'm
should.
I'm not gonna say they'd be ashamed, but I'm under the impression that I just don't think that scenario is proper. Like
so they should be ashamed.
I'm not gonna tell somebody to feel ashamed.
Thought.
Why? Because we know for a fact.
Thoughtful.
We know for a fact. If that was your child,
We're not going to shame anybody. You should be more
If
thoughtful.
that was my child, what?
if your child and you're going to dress appropriately because you don't want to take attention away from your child. That's your child's day. So someone who's
you don't want to put me in this. I have attire that my wife prohibits me from wearing to my children.
Say less.
Don't
See what
put
I'm
me in
saying?
that-
So
don't
I
put me
got
in
you.
that.
Okay, so it's already parameters in place. So we're assuming that these individuals had no parameter in place, meaning they probably didn't
Is
have
Toni Braxton married?
No.
She used to be with
So I thought she was
Yeah,
with
because
He wasn't man enough.
Because if your husband's there, I would
Ain't
think
none of
you'd
that
be like,
popping off.
I'd be like,
You ain't even walking out of the house like that.
like
what we
cute,
doing?
the cute, but we see that later on tonight. We ain't gonna see that right now.
Yeah, we ain't
Like,
doing
nah.
that.
Yeah,
This-
I just think it's the wrong event.
this
for it.
Junior's
So
time.
I'm not gonna say they should feel ashamed and all that embarrassment.
That shit
Nah,
no better.
It's a place
But
for
there's a
that
time
dress.
and place
It's a
for
place
that.
for
You
that.
right, but
outfit.
I'm talking about at that
Come on, I'm
moment.
saying, as soon as you get up, you got to pull something down, or as soon as
Like, I
you're
saw that
walking,
the
you got to
other day.
pull something
If you
up.
pull it down,
I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
you
if you
gotta
gotta pull it
or you gotta
down.
pull it up. You at right now, at this graduation,
I'm talking
you probably
about
shouldn't
for
be
those. Listen, I'm talking
wearing it.
about.
Church probably shouldn't wear it there either.
Listen, I'm talking about for those. This is your child's day. They work hard to get to this day. If you're doing anything to take attention away from that, you should be ashamed of yourself. That's all.
I just think, as far as just media goes,
You don't-
Media's putting the onus on the parent. You know what I mean? But I'm sure.
Don't we
what's the
put-
boy named Diesel or whatever? He don't give a
Don't
fuck.
we put the
He
onus
don't give a
on?
fuck
We
about
put the
how
onus
his
on
mom was
everybody,
born.
supposedly,
He's
right?
already seen, so you know,
That's
to
what,
him
he
it
don't
might
give
be
a fuck how his
regular.
mom
Like,
dressed.
you know,
I'm sure the Braxton family, like nigga,
to
we have
him it might
seen-
be regular. Like
this
you
is
know,
to him, he's probably like, oh, thank God, she at least wearing pants. Like, oh, she's not wearing pasties this time. Oh my, thank God. Like, bro, I'm just saying.
The bar is that low.
I don't know where the bar is set.
you've seen your mom dressed all type of ways, doing shows and stuff.
But he
I'm
looks
sure,
just as
so-
happy as content.
That
you know what I mean?
shows she's
Like,
working. I'm living a lifestyle because of
There's
that.
more
But
of
when,
us, like,
when we
I
talk
can't
about my
believe people are doing
graduation,
this.
Like
that's a
you said,
different story.
It's
You got one graduation.
Event. Think of the event you're going to. If we're going to the, like you say, the Met Gala, if we're going to the club, that's the perfect outfit. I want you to wear that. That's what
Look,
we're going
she
to.
done been out. She been out thousands
Yeah, I
of
don't think that was a
times.
formal
She knew.
outfit.
She knew what it was. She was stealing her son's thunder. That's all I'm just saying.
She went as a celebrity instead of a mom.
Exactly.
Which I said you already going to be the celebrity,
But
anyway.
she wanted to make sure it's a celebrity move. That's why she did what she did. Which again, if you intentionally does that on your child's day, you should be ashamed of yourself because this is your child working hard for their reward, getting that. They didn't do it off of your back. Sure, you may have, and then again, they probably got a scholarship based off their grades. But we're gonna go that far. If they was willing to graduate, they got a scholarship, and you probably put a little bit of money towards it. Nevertheless, they did what they were supposed to do, and that was succeed. You taking their thunder away because you want to be a celebrity mom instead of being mom, you're wrong. And any other mothers or fathers that are regular Joes and Marys who do that to their child and at a function like that, you should be ashamed of your damn self. Simple as that.
Simple.
I
Yeah.
don't think it's that simple.
It is. Because when you had your time, they didn't do it to you. And when you're teaching your child, exactly, they even
Hop on stage when Tony was performing.
exactly, or even when you at a job and you at a job function and you are getting a reward, they have to conduct themselves and look a certain way. They didn't act out any type of way because if they did, they got their ass whooped. Right? True or false? Most likely that's true. So let's flip this.
I'm still trying to figure out.
It's more about just be thoughtful
I'm
of the
still just
event you're
trying to
getting
figure
ready to
out
go to
where-
and what you're wearing.
Her
That's
son
all.
made it through college.
Yeah.
And the only thing everybody is so
Congratulations to
big
all
up
the
on is how
graduates.
his mom dressed to show up to his graduation.
Niggas graduate college every year.
I'm about to say, so niggas is so concerned about how his mom dressed at his graduation.
Yeah, because
Because of the intent.
You're not talking about his graduation. You're talking about how she dressed.
No. I'm thinking about his graduation.
I don't
I'm
know that
glad
nigga. I
she
ain't
showed
thinking
up.
about his graduation.
You know what I mean?
I know Tony.
Exactly. That's what we're
Yeah.
talking about.
Y'all worry about the wrong things, man.
No, we're not. I'm not worrying about it because it's not.
No, the focus is correct. If his mom
think
wasn't
shame
dressed
is
like
the
that,
wrong
we
word,
wouldn't be
yeah.
talking about it.
Exactly.
I kind of, and I rarely agree with these two, but yeah, because now my focus is going to be on the commencement ceremony. I'm going to be focusing on
Everybody that was there and he focused
She
on
knew
that
what
shit.
she was doing when she did it.
Not only her sons, but everybody
knew
else
that.
thunder.
She knew they were going to look at her when she put that on. She would have never put that on if she didn't think they were going to look at her when she had that on.
Or if she was going
That's
somewhere,
clown
or
shit.
if she was going somewhere, a present like saying to the White House, she wouldn't wear no shit like that.
So basically, everybody that's coming out there to these graduation ceremonies are a bunch of Toni Braxtons. Bet.
Yeah.
They're attention whores.
Exactly. If you still in
They
attention,
can't stand seeing a man get the attention
or
from
it's
them
just,
in
or
a
just
public
say,
place.
or we can just
Yes.
say, or we can just say your child getting attention for their own success that they doing. You just can't stay out of the way. Yes, that's an attention whore right there.
We're going to slide on to the next thing.
Yeah, Branson's getting uncomfortable.
Nah, I'm just like
Niggas going down a rabbit hole. And I'm
Like-
not
ain't no
even
rabbit
listening.
hole.
We just got to
got-
speak on some real shit.
Yeah, they ain't no rabbit hole.
Everybody's scared.
We can sit
It's
here.
not
We can
scared.
sit here and hold black men accountable for whatever.
every day
decision
I gotta hear
whatever
what
their
I'm not.
decision making.
Shit.
But when it comes to a woman, we move the goalposts. Fuck no, they get held
that's
accountable
trifling.
too. They get a hold account. If a black man came up here with some biker shorts, he got his midsection is bulging and shit, and everybody focused on that. Y'all be talking about that. Y'all be saying he's wrong, out of place, the whole nine. Now that a woman does it, and they're literally stealing attention from their kids because you're not focusing. Even people who's there with their own kids or grandkids, they looking at her ass. They're not supposed to be doing that. Supposed to be focused on the graduates.
I fully agree.
all right, we're going to slide on that one.
All right, let's discuss AB. AB is in the news.
I saw that last night. I did.
Yes, your boy Antonio Brown was arrested in Miami. Apparently, it was temporarily. From my understanding, he
Trump
was
supporter.
temporarily detained after a Miami brawl, and he was at an event with who is Aiden Ross? I keep hearing his name.
streamer.
He's a streamer.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I've heard the name. I hear
He's a
people
streamer.
mention him. I just
Popular streamer.
Okay.
Kai
He's a
Sinat,
Kai
like
Okay.
up in that echelon of streamers.
That must mean he
academic.
He
like,
must not
yeah.
like black people. He's one of them.
Ain't that where Trump? Didn't Trump go to Aiden Ross?
I think so. I don't follow him. I just know he's a streamer and he's
Okay,
a very
well, cool.
popular streamer.
Okay. Well, yeah. So AB was detained, but apparently he was not arrested after a brawl at a boxing event in a warehouse in the city's Little Haiti district. So if he was in Little Haiti, yeah,
I mean, already.
yeah,
He's somewhere he ain't got no business.
yeah.
No, he's somewhere he ain't got no damn
Look,
business.
I ain't even from Florida, and I know that shit.
Yeah.
like,
No arrests were made. No injured persons were located. Oh yeah, I forgot. I got the clip. Hold on, let me cue that up. Yeah, AB.
Walk in. Yo, it's AB outside. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Yo, what the
So that was AB letting that thing pop off outside. So apparently, from my understanding, some people surrounded AB and tried to take his chain. AB got into a brawl with them. I don't know what happened, but I think it's kind of funny that there were all those people around and nobody seemed to intervene long enough that AB had to fight to get his chain or something. I don't know. There's a lot of sketchy details, but if AB is not being arrested, if he was only temporarily...
Stand your ground law.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a stand your ground instance. Yeah, I've been reading somebody was trying to get his chain, and that's where the fight started at. And then I guess AB came out with the burner,
With the
popped
shotty.
off a couple warning shots,
With the
let
pew,
him know
pew.
what time it was.
Pew,
'cause
pew.
True Florida nigga. And I guess that's the incident in a nutshell. Pew, pew. So I don't know why AB wore jewelry like that to Little Haiti. But
hey, look, who he was with?
I don't know.
You said it, that streamer?
Oh, Aiden Ross.
Nah,
yeah.
but
I mean, that was just his event.
I gotta have some. Yeah, I gotta have security with me. Like I gotta have security.
You got
with
Aiden
me.
Ross out here. I'm sure he's a multimillionaire by now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he got security. Yeah. I'm sure he got security.
Come on, B.
There's no way you're running up on me, and I got AB type of money.
Did you hear what just happened to Tory Lanez in jail?
In jail.
Nope, because he probably.
And you out here in the free world?
There's no way you're running up on me and I got AB type of money. I just can't see it. Not my security ain't going. You ain't going to get close enough to me. Like, but
you better ask security if you can say bless me if I sneeze. I'm just saying that type of bread, yo. Come on, man.
Yeah. So
I'm firing my security detail.
I'm firing. You let that nigga bless me?
I gotta let the burner off. I gotta shoot the jammy. I gotta shoot the stick.
Yeah, so it looks like after
Why
being
am I running?
I gotta shoot the stick.
Yeah, why am I running?
The one we be saying I'm the one who got money and I gotta shoot the stick.
I gotta be detained and shit.
Fired.
Everybody fired.
As soon as I get finished talking to the police.
Fired. Everybody fired. I'm getting a whole new detail.
They already on the way. By the time I get finished done, they gone.
Fired. Those are the only niggas I'm getting ready to fire. We got another topic coming up. They get fired too. But yeah, AB security detail fired.
Yes, indeed. So, I'm not sure what Antonio Brown was thinking, deciding to come out there. But as he stated, after the temporary detainment, he was able to go back to the party, and he went right back to the event and just kicked it there until it was time to go. So he didn't even leave.
Bust off shots. He's like, yo, they was trying to take my shit. I got like $200,000 worth of jewelry on it. Ain't get out. Bust off shots. Stand your ground, nigga.
Yeah. So glad to know nothing happened.
You know that stand your ground ain't no joke down there.
Yeah. We know too many incidents in Florida.
Exactly.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, so also making the rounds in the South was the penitentiary breakout in Louisiana, which happened. What was that? Was that Baton Rouge?
It was near the French Quarters. I know one of them got caught in the French Quarters.
Fired.
Understaffed. They understaffed.
Well, we're firing the ones that
understaffed. Old ass building, security and shit. Look, they use inside tools to dig out the hole.
I understand. I feel you, bro. And I can
I'm just
saying. Okay, 1, 2, maybe even 3 niggas ran up out that hole.
We talking about 10.
Hassan fired.
You right, but we don't know how they probably skipped their rounds most likely because we don't know how big the jail is, and if they're understaffed, right, that means they're doing 12-hour shift. Somebody got slack, and them niggas use shanks most likely to unscrew that shit, and they had the mindset, knew how to dig through that shit and get to the loading docks and got the fuck out.
So y'all seen that they have betting lines on who gets caught in what order?
Yeah.
Like you see how they do that shit?
Yeah. Okay, so to give the lowdown, this happened yesterday, Friday. 10 inmates escaped from the Orleans Parish Jail in New Orleans. It occurred in the early mornings, but was not discovered until a routine head count later in the day. Authorities stated the inmates managed to escape by derailing sliding cell doors, breaching a wall behind a toilet, and then navigating their way out of the facility and across to a nearby interstate. And they left that message that said, "Too easy, LOL." Grammatically wrong with the TO. It should have added a second O, and that would have emphasized the two a lot better. Yes, they were trying to reenact the Shawshank Redemption. And, after that, authorities suspected that the inmates may have received assistance from individuals inside the jail as they conduct an investigation, with 3 employees having been suspended. And it looks like a large-scale manhunt involving local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies was launched to apprehend this. How many inmates have been captured so far? 3?
I saw one.
I
And
saw
you know how they
4.
caught the one? The one I saw, they caught. My boy went live.
He went live.
My boy went live.
Oh my God,
that's the one I saw. That,
He had nowhere to go.
It don't matter. You should have thought of that before you escape. Where you gonna go if you
Look,
escape?
over half them niggas was in there for murder charges.
Yeah.
So they going away for a long time anyway. That just lets you know how fucked up your surrounding is, that you ain't got nowhere you can go. You can't stop at no ex-girl house, no your cousin house.
My first thought.
Mama house.
Getting out the country.
Well, yeah.
I'm getting out the country.
Just getting out the city, the
How
state.
you getting out the country with no money? You can't get out of the country
Walk,
with no money.
nigga.
Look, I've already gotten out of jail.
Yeah.
You gotta
know something.
Number one, you gotta change clothes. Number one, because you gotta get out of the jail shit outside. Because if not, you're gonna have to commit more crimes.
Oh, you commit crimes regardless.
I mean, you've already committed one getting out of jail. So you
ain't
got
getting
the
out of the
bigger crime
country. The
over your
best
head.
you can do is get the fuck out of the state. That's all.
Yeah. And you close to Mexico.
That's what I'm thinking. We getting the fuck up. We getting the
know
fuck
how you
on
gonna
through.
get
They're
there.
actually dying niggas out of Mexico now, though.
Look,
Or hunting
we already out of prison. Like so they gonna send us back, and we trying to get to Mexico still.
You know, really fuck them off if they went to Canada instead. Hit that right.
It's too damn cold.
It's too far. Too.
Nigga, you in jail for murder. Ain't no place too cold that's free.
It's too far to get
Facts.
to Canada. It's a lot.
That's
easier
the
to
point.
You're closer to Mexico. So
That's the point.
You have a better chance.
What
of
do you
getting
think
caught
investigators
trying
are gonna
to get to
look?
But if you
Canada.
think you talking
Then
about
Mexico.
but you talking about most of these niggas ain't never been out of
Get
their
you a
town,
coyote.
let alone their
When they
state.
say these niggas probably ain't left the fifth
They ain't
ward.
never been off the fucking block. You got niggas.
Yeah, I mean-
you got niggas that don't even know about cross town and shit because
Niggas ain't
they know
been
about the south
downtown.
side. You know what I'm saying?
That's the point.
So how a motherfucker gonna leave the city, let alone the state, let alone
I
the
don't
goddamn
know,
country?
but they're gonna be
They
looking
they
towards
just
Mexico.
running in circles.
You done made this.
They gonna get they'll probably get something good to eat, get some pussy and shit, and hopefully if they stay out long enough, then they get caught. That's the best they can do.
The best case scenario.
Yeah, that's the best case
Stay out
scenario.
long enough to get
If
some
these
pussy.
if these niggas listen, bro,
Get high.
we got
and go
niggas.
back
Listen,
in.
we got niggas here in Raleigh don't know nothing about North Raleigh. You feel what I'm saying? They don't know nothing about 540.
Now, that's their fault.
You
They can
right, and
fucking walk this
they
city.
born and bred. They live here their whole entire
I ain't
life.
gonna
So
lie.
I can imagine them niggas. They in their hood, the South Ward.
I know
They ain't
some-
never been to the North Side because of gang affiliation, et cetera, et
I
cetera.
know some chicks from the South Side that if they come on the North Side, they know nothing about the North at all.
That's their ignorant ass.
Right, and that's a
I'm
lot.
not from here, and I know every.
I
part
got
of
you,
it.
but that's
That-
different because we had no choice but to learn because we
Be in
ain't
these
from
streets.
here.
A lot of people don't like. That's
They
what
don't
we always
venture
say.
out.
A lot of black people be scared to leave their surroundings.
They're comfortable surroundings.
Their comfort spot.
So if you never been exposed by default, then you're not gonna do something that's not out of your outside.
But I
your
know
comfort
once I
level.
get out of prison though, like we're gonna have to start making some moves to get
Man, them
somewhere.
niggas just happy the fuck they got out. They didn't even think this shit was gonna happen. Because I could just imagine. Listen, you
They
talking
knew
about
something that they wrote too easy. They had enough time to talk shit.
the point. It's too easy. Somebody they didn't know this shit. Somebody told them this shit. They didn't know this shit. These some stupid mother. They probably got eighth grade,
You know, niggas
eighth
always
grade
be
level.
having schemes to get out of prison that don't ever work. And
But
then, like
listen,
he say, that one
how the
time it
fuck
worked,
you
you're
know
like,
that if
oh,
you go behind this particular cell block 13, go behind that fucking damn take the bolts off the fucking damn commode and shit, dig behind that bitch. There's a escape hatch through that motherfucker that leads out in the back. That somebody gotta tell them that shit,
yo,
bro.
it's
Them
an
niggas
inside
ain't know that
job.
shit.
It's an inside job.
It's an inside job that told them that shit.
It's an inside job.
Yeah, of course, it's an inside
It's an
job.
inside.
You couldn't. They couldn't have planned that by themselves without help from.
It's an inside
Hell, the
job.
first nigga, like I
Especially
said, he
with
got
that many niggas running free.
yeah.
Look, with that many
11?
niggas running free, like that's an inside job. That many
You know
niggas,
what
like I
type of
said,
coordination it
1,
takes to
2,
get
or
11
3,
niggas out at
Yeah.
one time?
maybe
And
4,
nobody ain't say nothing.
maybe 4 at
They
one
was
time.
gone for 8 hours.
Nigga, that's like a whole fucking
8 hours, you out the state.
room. That's a whole fucking wing of a day. Like,
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I hope they find them. You said they were up for murder.
Over half of
it's
more than a couple. Over half of them. It was like 10.
Gotta get them back.
About 7 of them was up for murder or something.
Gotta get them back in there. We gotta get them back up in there.
Listen, all them niggas was violent crimes. That's all I can say.
Gotta get them back up in there.
Falsely accused, man.
We can say.
Allegedly violent crime.
But yeah.
But until they get something to clear their names, they gotta go back. Gotta go back.
Cool. So, I mean, on one hand, I want to see people who do cheat the system. On the other hand, these are dangerous people who are probably a danger to the community. Yeah.
So you don't want the dangerous people to cheat the system.
Who are the non-dangerous people I want to cheat?
White collar crimes.
Yeah.
The ones just stealing the money and stuff.
I mean, as long as they ain't a immediate threat to the people around them, no. So, I mean, hey, whatever happens to these prisoners, if they make it to Canada, I know that's not the dangerous prisoner. That's the smart one that decided to buck the system. And
all them be back up. They're all them be locked up by Monday.
Yeah, most likely they will.
Damn.
Yeah.
Got a better system. Who gonna get
caught? They got a bet on who gonna get caught and win.
That's diabolical right there. You got a bet. Who's gonna get caught in which order?
I wonder if there's a parlay for that.
It is.
There is a parlay.
Man, look at this. This shit. Look, motherfuckers not. Hey, why you bullshitting? This like Hunger Games type shit, bro. Only difference is ain't nobody saying it out loud. They just doing it on their own, even though they was inside help. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Cool. Well, I wanted to get into another topic because Joy Taylor is back in the news with an interview she had recently with Van Latham where she was discussing the incel world of America and why men who are incels, people who aren't having sex, are causing the deterioration of society. And I have that clip.
Do you think that America is trying to be better?
Of course not. No. Not at all.
Yeah, I don't either. I think there's also a massive attack on femininity. Like the idea is that masculinity is actually what's being attacked, right? Like everything is watered down, everything is softened now. Everything is feminine. I actually think femininity is under control. I think that a big part of the reason why this is happening is because women got too close to power.
Okay, how so?
I mean, the audacity that a black woman would run for president. I mean, this was their last stand. They were like, hold on, listen, we let you in boardrooms, we let you get credit cards. Running for president is it's too much audacity for us. When you have like cute aggression, when you see something that's like so cute, you just start spazzing out. They had like audacity aggression. Like, how the fuck could she do this?
Yeah.
She's supposed to fucking stay in line. Yeah. There's too many bitches. Get them out of here. And that's what it's really about. So rolling back of women's rights and this push that women have somehow created this world where there's too much equality and we can make choices about when we have children and that marriage rates are dropping because nobody wants to fucking deal with a cheating alcoholic man when you can just get your own apartment. Yeah. Guys are lonely. Men in these fucking caves that would never touch a woman in their life anyway have convinced themselves that OnlyFans models are curving them because they sent them $5.
Yeah.
It is this attack on femininity. It's not about masculinity.
Right. But let me ask you a question about the incels. Do you think the incels, do you care about the loneliness of the incel?
I think that male loneliness is a massive fucking problem.
Okay, so
I think non-pussy getting male lonelies are deteriorating society. Yes, I think it is a massive problem.
What do you think the fix is?
One, I think we should legalize prostitution.
Okay.
I have been standing on this for decades, and I think that prostitution should be legalized.
Okay.
They will never do this, but that I think would be a massive solve.
Massive solve. Okay.
One.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Ask follow-ups.
No. Follow-up is what, because that's a temporary loneliness fix, although it's effective. What would be a long-term fix to bringing people back together? What do you think?
Okay. So while it's a temporary fix, right? And many people will have some retorts to this, of course. It's not a simple solve. But I believe that straight male biology, and particularly men who have this sort of anger, is because they don't get physical intimacy, right? But they have convinced themselves the type of physical intimacy they would like is, their favorite porn star or favorite OnlyFans girl or this unattainable beauty on Instagram who is never, ever, ever, ever going to fuck you or meet you or talk to you ever. So they don't look for the physical intimacy that is around them. They don't go outside of their home. They don't go down to the local library. They don't go to their local bar. They don't go join a social group in order to meet people because they feel that this fucking beautiful 10, whatever, is going to walk through their fucking front door and suck their dick. And that's never going to happen. But they
It's never going to happen.
That was Joy Taylor. Bullshitting. I gotta say, Joy Taylor smashed all these dudes at Fox, and then she was about to put fake cases on niggas. Now she talks about the men who are weary of bitches like her. That's how I feel about Joy Taylor.
I mean, I think guys have kind of got frustrated because of unrealistic expectations. You expect guys to come in making 6 figures and stuff like that, and
I don't know what Joy Taylor's expectations are,
but these are just chicks nowadays. We're not even talking about Joy Taylor. We're just talking about how I believe a lot of expectations are unrealistic, and it stops you from having a realistic relationship.
Well, remember we did some reporting over a month ago about how majority of the young folks, they acquire information through social media. There's no more walking up to the young lady or having a wingman. That's not even nowhere near, because why? It's no longer, may I have your number? May I have your Instagram or your IG or your Facebook? You know what I'm saying? It's all about digital. So the interaction is nowhere there no more. So when you got that, so it's easier to converse with a woman online, because if you get rejected, it's only just between you and her and not everybody else to see, like how we came
let
up
her
with.
screenshot that shit.
That's about it. You're right. That's about it. But still, when she screenshotted, it's most likely motherfuckers you don't know.
I've seen a lot of niggas get burned by the screenshot.
You right.
But what I'm saying is chicks trying to play guys like, look at this dude trying to shoot this shot at me. Like, the screenshot will burn you quick.
Right.
Well, Joy Taylor has to acknowledge the part women play in creating these environments, because obviously it wasn't always like this.
She's an opportunist.
Yeah. So, like I said, I think she's not acknowledging the part women play in a lot of this. And I also think she's taking an extreme small group of men and using that as commentary
for the average man. Which is not.
And that's not a reflection of it. And it's always weird to hear Joy Taylor talking about dating now after all this FS1 shit, because we know all that shit you said is out the window.
Right, because
and even she said it in a clip on her own podcast. If they got the money,
we know what you consider dating. Like your version of dating isn't.
It's always weird to hear Joy Taylor talk now.
Yeah, outside of figure is your physique. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what she's feministic 2.0. They're sitting here, they want to be the strong one, but you still want to be treated as traditional values, which that don't mix. It's either you want one or the other. You want to be the feminist, you lead, you do every goddamn thing. Most likely you're not going to get a man that's masculine. He's going to be an introvert, aka simp. You know what I'm saying? That's going to, and then even then, you're going to get tired of that, because why? They don't pose no challenge. They don't turn you on, because they follow everything the fuck you want them to do. And this is where you engage with men that is masculine, because it turns you on. It's what you want, and your non-realistic views, because you're not willing to relinquish the feministic points that you hold on to. So like you said, unrealistic views. You want expectation from a man, but the man that you want don't want you.
Exactly. So Joy Taylor needs to wake up and smell the coffee in that regards. I also think I don't really know. I don't really have much else to say about Joy Taylor because it's just like everything she says now just doesn't seem legit. Ever since I
because
knew
we know how you get down.
Yeah, exactly. That's really what it is.
Once your image has been tarnished,
it's like you're tainted now.
We know how you get down.
I can never listen to you talk about how women difficulties in the industry of sports media now because I know you were smashing on your coworkers. Like,
you were smashing your way to the top.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Which again, I ain't got no problem with that. If a motherfucker let you do it, do your thing.
My issue is the fake cases part. If shit didn't go her way,
but I kind of have an issue with it because you smashing your way to the top. But what about the chicks who are actually putting in the work to get to the top?
Again,
and not saying Joy isn't good at her job because I find Joy entertaining at times.
I think it's kind of pathetic.
When she talks sports.
You couldn't like ride your brother's Hall of Fame career in the sports industry. You had to smash.
She wanted to create her own way. She wanted to do it outside her.
It would have been more respectable using nepotism.
Well, but listen to how she talks. She's a feminist, so her thinking is, well, if a man can do it, why can't a woman do it? If a man can fuck a woman anytime he wants to, you feel what I'm saying? And he's in a dominant position, meaning he's a boss or whatever the case may be. Why can't a woman do the same thing? She's a feminist. So
who are these men smashing at these sports shows to get their jobs? Because
it's not to get their job. It's the fact they're smashing them, and the women they're not being elevated. They smashing them, and they where they at. She on the other hand, she's smashing and she making sure her ass climb up to the top. So that's how she's thinking. You feel what I'm saying? She's thinking like how a man's thinking, except she's a woman, an attractive woman.
A very attractive woman.
Right. So that's what you gotta listen to. Listen to how she's talking. She's a feminist. All right. Outside of that, she's moving exactly how a man will move. You know what I'm saying? Only difference is we're not fucking our way up to the top. Most of us.
And she can't move like a nigga.
No, but no, that's not. But since she's not there, and because she's a woman, this is part of. She's using what her mama gave her to get her where she need to get to. Exactly.
Oh yeah, well that's surgery though.
No, she ain't got that. Well, we see she don't need surgery. You know.
No. She's had surgery done. That's where the chest comes from. I don't know if the ass is natural or not. But
again, if you gonna stand on business, stand on it. But I'm a type of person is you can't have it both ways.
Yeah, I just don't like what she's preaching versus what she's doing.
Basically, just saying shout out to her doctor.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, he went in. He went in. He's blessed. That man's blessed.
Well, y'all did know those were fake, right?
Yeah, I mean, I
wasn't saying the man was blessed.
I was just talking about her mindset. You know what I'm saying? So the body, we all know a woman can be very sensual.
Yeah,
and she can get whatever the fuck she want and don't give up no pussy. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
we know that.
But that's not Joy's case. She gave
of course.
It up.
I mean, again, she gave it up. She want to get up there.
There was nothing sensual about it.
Right.
It was just a straightforward business transaction.
Business, and she getting a nut.
She gave.
I don't even know if she got the nut.
We don't know if she got. No, she getting a nut out of that.
Just know she fucking.
Look, she fucking. She getting a nut out of it. It's just on her terms in her mind mentally. Like, yeah, I got this nigga.
Oh, a mental nut.
Shit out of him. I'm turning him out. Okay. Yeah, she getting a nut off that shit.
I hope she is. Well,
she don't use it to get to the top.
That's
she's
all,
up there.
Yeah. I mean, outside of getting to the top, she turning these motherfuckers out because they doing extra outside of helping her get to the top. So just the sense of you having control over a man like that, yeah. And these are men that's in quote unquote certain powerful position to where she need to get to. So for her to be able to turn their ass out, yeah, that's a power trip.
Well, how good is the pussy really if a nigga ain't doing 10 years for it? That's what I want to know.
Nah, that
watch
part,
your back, Tory.
I think it was the kid element that did it.
Okay. Did y'all see that historic Louisiana plantation burn?
Yep, sure did.
Look at small miracles happening all the time.
Ashe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah, so there was
Beautiful.
a plantation. What was it called? An Annabella plantation.
It was one of the last Annabella plantation in the South.
Yes, it was. And it apparently started with a excuse me. Okay, so it was the Nottoway Plantation in White Castle, Louisiana, and on Thursday, the fire started in the south wing and spread and caused extensive damage to the main mansion, which was the largest remaining antebellum mansion in the southern United States. And despite efforts by multiple fire departments, the structure was destroyed.
Look at God.
Yeah.
Not but God.
With reports indicating a near total loss of the main house. The roof of the mansion collapsed during the blaze. Fortunately, no injuries were reported. So it looks like it was built in 1859, and it was operating as a resort, museum, and event venue, hosting weddings and other gatherings. And the cause of the fire is still under investigation. So I didn't know it was still in use.
Yeah,
it was an event center. Huh?
Yeah, it was an event center.
Good.
I'm glad
it went up. Like
the owner of it, he was from Virginia, and he took his dad was in cotton, and then when he got to Louisiana, how the weather was, he changed his crops over to sugar cane. He had one of the most enslavements there. He had like about 155 enslaved black people on the plantation.
Where
Where
at this plantation?
At this plantation.
No, you're talking about Virginia, right?
Yeah,
is it Richmond?
I forgot. I'm sure. I heard
it's
his name.
It's one of those cities up. Like it's one of those cities up there. But I think I heard about this.
He came from his dad was a plantation owner in Virginia, but like I said, he went to Louisiana. In retrospect, I think when the Civil War happened, he took like 200 slaves and went to Texas and stuff like that. So yeah.
Well, it's a great thing it burnt down.
Yeah, I have zero issue with it.
Because
and I'm glad they couldn't save it.
Yeah, exactly.
Burn it. I'm pretty much
burn, baby,
that.
burn.
That's just like Holocaust victims had to see gas chambers and shit. Still alive and standing, and they're still using
the bed and breakfasts.
Right, they still exactly.
That's corny as hell. Yeah.
Wedding resorts.
Or Indians seeing Trail of Tears.
Trail of
Tears, thank you. Type of event. All that bullshit.
Yes,
or the Japanese encampment during World War II. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that part.
Yes, it is. So we are glad this plantation burned down, and I'm sure something equally as offensive and racist will be put in its place because it is Louisiana, and white folks hate taking L's. So let's move on to sports.
Well, let's do music first. Because I want to do the Styles P thing. Then we can jump to something else.
Well,
the Styles and Jim Jones thing. Jim Jones has made the comment that he could pretty much take any rapper in New York with the exception of Nas, Hove, and 50, I think he said. And for some reason, he threw Styles P name out there.
Yeah.
And Styles responded this week, or
Styles should have never responded.
Right.
That was the part. Sometimes you have to put people in their places, and I don't know. I guess Jim has had a resurgence, a renaissance. Like he's doing music. His new music's supposed to be hot. I guess I haven't listened to it.
But why you got to put somebody in a place when he did when you had the verses between
the Locks already and the Locks lost y'all. But I mean, in all actuality, Styles was
the Locks lost.
No, I said the Locks washed them.
Oh yeah,
the wash dried and folded them boys.
Yeah.
Right.
So individually, their discography,
and he would wash Jim, even if Styles doesn't have the most current of catalog.
Jada and Styles would wash Cameron.
I heard a comparison for Jim Jones, and I thought this was a more accurate comparison of who he should do verses with, like Tony Yayo, and I think Yayo would wash him.
Yeah.
Who else did I hear?
Yeah, he would.
Yeah, Yayo will wash
Jim Jones really
Yeah,
only
yeah,
had
we
balling.
watched Jim Jones.
That was
Ballin',
it.
that's
He
it.
Fly high. That's it.
That's
And
it.
what you call it, So Seductive is better than balling to me. So he already beat you.
And out of Dipset, he's like third tier because it's Cameron, then you have Jewels,
And then
Jim. And really you can push Jim back because what Hell Rail, who
the
else?
Affiliates.
The affiliates were better than Jim.
Yeah, I mean you can still put
Uncasa.
right. You can put them ahead of Jim. So now what? Jim like 4th or 5th down the rankings and shit. You really want to be
JR, the writers.
exactly.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? So you can push Jim all the way down 5th. So nigga, you not even third. You not even
40.
4th. So you not even third tier type. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I appreciate Jim still doing music,
Styles P
holding
is-
it down for the culture and stuff like that. But
nah,
don't
that's a
call
slaughter.
certain
His
names.
discography will run laps around Jim Jones.
You do not want that Styles P type of.
And also, and look, he's a strong number 2. That's because how tight the crew is. But he's a number 1 on anybody else's roster.
And what's
you feel
so
what I'm saying?
what's so dope about Styles I was listening to is like Styles, he raps about so many different things. Jim Jones just raps about the same stuff to my knowledge.
Yeah, he does.
He just he just raps about the same stuff. Styles raps about everything and he makes you feel everything. Styles is like, he's not top tier, but he's second tier.
He's on his squad. He's second tier. When on most
I'm
squads,
talking about like rappers. Like there's the A rappers, and then
If
he's a B rap. Like, but
And
and
only
there's
reason-
no disrespect. Like
Okay.
A's are like Biggie, Nas, Hov, them, but then B would be like Styles, Jada, Fab.
Jada's B. What? Did you just say Jada was B?
You all right?
I'm gonna give you an opportunity, a chance to take that back. You just said Jada Kiss is B.
Yeah.
Nah, you drunk. What you drinking on?
I'm good.
No, he's not B.
I
dog.
love Kiss.
Kiss ain't B,
Kiss
dog.
catalog is not.
That's
good
not
enough to
B,
support
dog.
Being an A tier.
I'm sorry. Kiss is not no B rated artist. You got to take that back, my nigga.
I love Kiss.
No, you don't.
One of the greatest
That's blasphemy
spitters
right
of all
there.
time. But when
He's
I look at your discography,
I could put him in the top 10. He pushes 5. If you really want to keep it funky. You feel what I'm saying? Yes.
though.
What? Well, Jadakiss has no classic albums, but he has classic hits, and
he got bars.
Yeah, and bars.
But I'm not saying he's not one of the greatest. I'm just saying
I didn't
my
say
A list.
I
and
didn't
then I
say
have my
wait.
my A plus list, and Jada would be on my A list. I'm not going to disrespect.
He's not B. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not going to disrespect Jada.
That's
I have the
disrespect by
A+
saying
list,
he's B.
Then I have the A list. Jada's on the A list
because he got hits.
I'm
out of the
disappointed he
ass.
never gave me a classic album.
And you're right. I mean, that's that's fair game. You know what I'm saying? But he got his discography. He got hits for days.
So no classic album can't get you number 10. You can't be in top 10 with no classic albums. I'm sorry. I have too many other artists.
Okay, if you
with
put
classic
the parameters around that, you can't get top 10 because you have no classic album. Then who would be your top 10 then? Give me top 5 right quick.
Hove, Q, LL, Nas, Redman.
I can't. I mean, I can't. That's good.
Because those are heavyweights.
I
Then
mean,
haven't
shit.
even-
I
haven't even got to like X.
Right.
You
And
know,
you got Big. You got
Pac.
Big L. You got the Onyx.
I think Big L gets. I think Big L gets a lot of for not having enough.
What?
I always looked it up like.
So Big L. Okay,
That's like Stack.
So that's you
I
can
love
say the
Stack
same. You can
bundles,
say the same for
but
Biggie. Then
Stack
you can
career
say the
didn't-
same for Biggie. Then
Big got 2 classic albums.
you do 2 classics, 2 of them.
Big L album ain't a classic. That's like I'm saying, like Stack. I love Stack bundles. Stack was my dude, but I can't, elevate Stack like that because his career was cut short.
Yeah. All right, because then that's the case, bruh. I could do Outkast. I could do Goody Mob. I could motherfucking go for
what? What are we talking?
Yeah, you're throwing groups.
Okay, so
I still
I'm
haven't
saying
got
artist,
the Kane.
single.
I still ain't got the Kane, Ghostface, X.
a motherfucking Rakim. I can go for them.
You can throw Wayne in there if you want to. Like Wayne, you throw Wayne in there.
Young Wayne, yeah, I can. Wayne that came in hungry, yeah.
Hell, we throw your boy in there. Throw Kendrick in there now.
Kendrick.
No, you can't throw him in there. He's in there. He earned his way in there. You know what I'm saying? Throwing away is like, oh yeah. I got you. I'm fucking with you, man. I'm fucking with you.
Kendrick got his props.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, like I said, so the whole thing is, you know, you gotta be where you gotta be.
So not taking nothing away from Styles or Jada, because I think to me they're on the same level.
No, they're not. Because Jada writes a majority of their shit. He does. That's already been discussed. No. That's already been verified. Jada writes majority of D Block shit.
No,
he does. He does. That's already been confirmed, bro.
I'm not gonna let you do that.
I'm not. This is not.
Let you do that.
Hey, I'm not saying this just to be, throwing shit out there. It's already, he's been interviewed and he said it out of his mouth that he write most of D Block shit. And he's wrote for other artists.
I'm not going to say that.
Okay.
All right. Nah, I'm not going to tell you.
I will damn sure look for it and I'll make sure I send it to you.
Cool.
But I just don't think he's a B artist. That's just my opinion.
Okay. Well, let's get into sports then. If there's you have any other music topics?
I got a question though, since we're going into sports.
Go ahead.
How you feel about Michael Jordan going to NBC?
I don't really care.
Yeah, I mean, because he's not. He's not. See, the difference is
he's gonna be an asshole like Tom Brady on
No, he ain't. Jordan's never been an asshole with the camera on.
Right, exactly.
Nah. Barkley does.
Tom Brady don't be taking cheap shots. He's telling the truth. This the GOAT we talking about.
I was going to say, like, if you have claims that the GOAT,
if you the GOAT,
a little bit.
You can go. You can pop your shoulder, nigga. Ain't shit nobody can tell you now. You got the most Super Bowls. He can pop his collar, you know what I'm saying? So he's telling you, and this nigga, he was a 6th round draft pick. You feel what I'm saying? You know, back when he came out, you damn sure didn't have.
And he was behind Drew Bledsoe, who was supposed to be that dude,
which he was until he got popped on the sideline by Marvin Jones for the Jets. I remember that play. I seen that game on the AFC championship game, and he came in and led them.
I think they brought him in for ratings. I think,
but I don't get that because nobody cares about Jordan's.
What? Like
they only
requested Jordan as a commentator.
I just think that they go off the nostalgia. It's like he said, having Brady do color, having Jordan do color is the same thing. You're hoping to bring maybe some people back into the fold. Possible.
They're looking at what Charles and Kenny and Shaq doing, and since now that they're going to ESPN, you feel what I'm saying? They're going from TNT to ESPN. They're trying to get a vet that can probably. The only difference is he doesn't have the latitude that them three have, because this is something that they created over the years, what made TNT popular. So now when they're taking this shit to ESPN, you feel what I'm saying? They can practically still keep doing the same shit. You feel what I'm saying? Meanwhile, he's on a family, even though ESPN is a family-friendly show, he's on a major network. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a big difference.
Well, I was just seeing what y'all thought. If y'all thought like
they haven't even fully explained what Jordan's going to be doing on ESPN.
He's just talking shit.
Yeah, so I mean,
and telling y'all how he got 6 rings, and I don't know how y'all keep comparing people to me and stuff.
Jordan ain't.
We already know what Jordan gonna get up there and say.
Well, I've never known Jordan as a commentator, so I don't know what to expect, what to look forward to.
He doesn't look like somebody that's has a personality.
Yeah, exactly.
A popping personality.
Well, he definitely has a personality. I just don't think it's
a competitive
geared
one.
towards family.
It's a competitive one.
Yeah, it's not geared towards. I don't think it would make for great commentary, but I mean, I'll watch and see.
Get your nigga hands off.
We're gonna see.
All right, I just wanted to bring that up. Now we're gonna go into playoff basketball. Hassan was right.
Okay.
Hassan was right.
About what?
The Knicks won the series.
Yeah, but Tatum was injured.
Yeah, Tatum did get injured.
Even before Tatum got injured.
I know they stood a chance with Tatum.
They stood a chance.
Tatum was injured.
They stood a chance, but even before
they won the last game before this one.
Even before Tatum got injured, they still was up by 12. So
Yeah, I'm not saying
he was
that
just keeping the game relative. They
would have been in Game 7. I know that. There would have been in Game 7 and I think the Knicks could have pulled that off, but there would have been 7 games.
If based off what's reported, Brown, he had a torn meniscus as well. He was playing injured too. So you got your two best wing players injured. One had a torn Achilles. I knew when he went down and he grabbed his shit. Achilles. I knew that was Achilles because that was the same thing with Lillard.
Get well
Anytime
soon,
a contact injury happen like that, you pushing off. That's Achilles tear. And then on top of that, they saying Brown had a meniscus tear. So, we can say that, but yeah.
Jeff Teague said that Brunson is bigger than Melo in New York.
As of now, he is.
Right now.
He is.
He's taking them further.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember, Melo didn't do shit.
And this back-to-back conference titles, conference championship.
Who?
Didn't they win the conference?
No, the Celtics won last year.
Yeah, but I'm saying, who does the Celtics play in the conference? Oh, there's Indiana.
Oh, you meant they were in the conference.
Quarterfinal.
But yeah, shout out
the
to
NBA Cup.
No. I was incorrect. They went to the quarterfinals. So this is the first time they've been to the conference finals in over 20 years.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Knicks.
So yeah, he passed. He's more popular than Carmelo.
And just to let y'all know, you thought Eagle fans were like. You thought we were hard to deal with?
I mean,
let the Knicks fuck around and win a title.
I feel them because it's been since '72 since the last time.
Knicks fans are the Cowboys fans.
Let
of the NBA.
Knicks fans fuck around and win a title this year. That's going to be crazy.
Yeah,
I'm still picking the Pacers, but let the
Knicks got home court. I like Knicks.
I like Indy. I like the guard matchup
I like Knicks in 7.
Knicks in 7.
I like Indy in 7.
It's gonna be the Knicks and OKC.
I like Indy in 7. I like Halliburton.
Yeah, we got a game tomorrow.
That's barring OKC beat. They playing OKC. I'm picking OKC over Denver.
I'm rooting for Denver just because I want.
This is Game 7.
I'm rooting for Denver just because I want Russell to get his ring.
I just think Denver's the better team, but Russ does deserve a ring.
That's the only reason I'm
Russ
pulling
does
for
deserve
Denver.
a ring.
And everybody else competing is still in a position to keep competing if they don't get it this season.
Yeah, OKC
Everybody's
will be
young.
the same team next year, probably better. So
Say it again.
OKC will be the same team next year,
Yeah.
probably better.
That's correct.
Denver, I think Denver's going to take it
Denver's
tomorrow.
like the oldest team right now still left. The Knicks everybody else can do another title run.
And remember what I was saying. Denver and Boston, they don't win a title. Those teams is not going to be together next
What are
year.
they going to do with Boston when all their salaries tied up in Tatum and Brown?
Well, the difference is you got other tradable assets like
Payton,
Pritchard. What's the other
White.
guard? Huh?
White.
Why would you get rid of White?
I'm just saying.
White, but you talking about tradable assets, tradable assets. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So
yeah, Chris
you got
White might be the most.
And then you have this is new ownership. So new ownership coming in.
I would keep White because the defense.
Yeah, but the thing about it is when you got new ownership.
No, but I'm saying who has the most like
tradable
for somebody.
You got Pritchard, you got White, you got Kristaps.
But what I'm saying is Pritchard just grabbed the
six man a year.
So I think he might have if I traded, his value might be higher than White. I think possibly.
Isn't Derek White the starter?
Yeah, he's a starter. So he he's a starter. He's a 3-point shooter.
But the 6-man is everything.
He's a 2-way.
6-man is everything.
Right, but he's got 6-man because Derek White gets started.
Yeah, Derek White is clearly the better player.
Exactly. So they got 2 three tradable assets. Al Horford, he probably come back on a veterans minimum. Yeah, he's
just sit his ass down.
He's
does he have a ring?
Yeah, who Al Horford? Yeah, he does.
Udonis Haslam joint. I'm just there.
So,
I'm getting it.
These two teams, Denver and Boston, they don't win it. The luxury tax that these ownership has to pay, they're not gonna most likely keep the teams intact. So that means it's gonna get bust up. It's gonna be different. So Boston's already there. Denver don't win. They're gonna be staring down the barrel as well.
And on top of that, Minnesota waiting. The
be
Wolves
surprised.
are waiting.
Don't be surprised. Budenhauser as a name for Denver.
The Wolves and 6 over anybody that comes out. I just feel like this is their year. I do want to see Russ get it, but if Denver plays them, I think that Minnesota is going to be too much for either team.
I got to ride. Even though number 1 seeds has been going down, you know what I'm saying? Regular seed, number 1 seed.
OKC can beat.
I still believe OKC. Only reason why is that because how deep they are. If they can go 10 deep, you feel what I'm saying? So they can wear you down. But I'm not gonna say it's gonna be easy. It will be a 7-game series because I ain't gonna front. Minnesota, them boys are balling, and
they've been sitting since when?
Huh?
They've been sitting since when? Wednesday?
Yeah.
Who?
Minnesota. They ain't played a game since Wednesday?
Right. So they rest.
Oh, they well rested.
Yeah.
But you talking about you talking about the young
2 more days before?
Yeah, but
you talking
right. You talking about the youngest team in the league. So they got legs. You know what I'm saying? So you young like that, you can run. You can go. You can play ball.
I like Minnesota though. I like what they're.
Like I said, I wouldn't. It wouldn't bother me who, but I got to ride with the number 1 seed. You know what I'm saying? If they get past Denver tomorrow.
Personally, I think it's in the West. Whoever wins the West wins the title. Yeah, I don't see the Pacers or the Knicks stopping
anybody out of the
left.
Even though I do know that this Pacers-Knicks series is going to be really good.
Yeah.
I'll
admit, I'm shocked at the Pacers.
It's going to be a really good series.
I thought they were a one and done.
Actually, I didn't because their big three is Halliburton, Siakam, and motherfucking what's the name at the center? They nice. Miles Turner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're just not the star popping names. That's all.
I just hope they can
and they're in a small market.
I hope they can give us that 90s Knicks and Pacers feel.
No, because who's outside the rules? Who the
Nobody's
3-part
body slamming?
And who's the 3-point sniper?
For who?
What the Halle?
Okay, he can hit threes, but who can hit him sniper wise like how Reggie Miller?
Cat thinks he can.
No, Cat need to get his ass down and paint. I done told his ass.
I mean, Brunson can hit the 3.
Yeah, Brunson. Yeah. Bridges can shoot it.
Not sniper way.
Bridges
when they get that shit, you almost like you taking a breath because you know that shit is 9 times out of 10 gonna hit.
Team has
they don't.
You look and be like he's knocked down 3.
Right, exactly. You know, so they got mostly
it's gonna be physical though.
2-way players.
It's gonna be physical.
It's gonna be a good game.
It's going to
be a great series.
Yeah.
Great series.
I'm eager to see how that pans out.
Oh, I didn't get to talk about because I know y'all talked about it. Dallas Mavericks getting the number 1 pick.
Cooper.
Look, do you know what kind of lineup the Mavericks are going to trot out next season?
I mean, that if they can re-sign everybody, because it means Kyrie up for extension. They got to do a deal with Clay straight. It's Gafford.
If they can bring back that who they have, plus add Cooper Flag to that starting
five. Small forward?
Yes.
Small forward. He can play 4. He can play 2, 3,
AD
4.
At the 4.
If they play if they go small, he can. If they go small, he can go 5.
Yeah, they got a little squad going.
That squad going to be dangerous.
KD and AD stay healthy.
But whatchamacallit going to be just dangerous with them getting the 2nd pick. So they'll probably take.
Spurs got the number 2 and 14 pick.
I don't even know who to look forward to. I know y'all said Duke.
The kid from Rutgers.
It's Ron Harper's son.
And then Ace Bailey.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to take him at 3.
Right. Which we ain't look. let's get on that while we talking about it.
Sure.
Tell me how they still in the fucking process. What's up with that?
It's all good.
There is no process.
No, they still don't. According to Philly,
good.
that's the process. You know why? Because they got the cover of the Eagles winning the Super Bowl. They was able to tank, so the pressure and the fan base couldn't be as irate as they should be. Of course, they don't care because they got a football team. But y'all practically fucking tank, still in the motherfucking process.
Isn't that awesome? We tanked like at midway during the season, like fuck it, we ain't gonna do nothing. Got
Y'all,
the number 3 pick.
y'all whack
That's
as hell,
awesome.
bro.
That was dope.
Y'all feel y'all.
I mean, it's no worse than Dallas getting the number 1 pick.
Dallas, but that's not like that in the NFL.
And where the Hornets got?
They got the number 4. They got the number 4 pick. So, all I'm just saying is my damn Lakers, we're going to be very active in the free agency. We're going to have a new team that's going to be geared around.
Y'all got a lot of money.
Y'all
Y'all got a lot of money tied up in 2 players.
No, LeBron, he do the 1-and-1 deal. So that means he can become a restricted free agent or he can opt in, which normally if he opts in, they do another 1-and-1 deal, which that's his tactic of keeping pressure on the organization to make sure they keep the team in contention. So they can renegotiate with him.
I don't see the Lakers making a title run next year.
What? Are you silly, man? Are you crazy? Bro.
I don't.
You know
I'm looking at the
What?
teams right now that are going to come back next year.
Uh-huh.
OKC's probably going to be better than the Lakers.
What? That's barring that you don't know who we
get.
get.
Say Denver because Denver might. Okay,
they're going to be broken
Houston's
up.
Probably going to be better than the Lakers.
They're going to be some changes in Houston.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be. They're getting rid of Jalen Green.
They're going to be some changes in Houston.
Yeah, Jalen Green ain't it. He's good, but he's not consistent.
The thing about it is, my Lakers, for it to be a historic team, we always get our man. We got a generational player, which watch how Luka come back next year. He going to be as fit.
In shape?
What, nigga? He going to watch. He going to be in shape, nigga. Watch. This is going to be the most in shape Luka that anybody has seen in his whole career since he took. He gonna be. He ain't even gonna look like Pillsbury Doe no more. Watch what I'm telling you. He out there in LA. It's a whole new ball game, nigga. You ain't coming to this franchise and not understanding that this shit bigger than you. You feel what I'm saying? You are required to win a fucking title. You gonna see it. You gonna see it. Watch what I tell you. You gonna see that shit. Watch how Luka come back in shape, better to go, and watch how the makeup of this team transform.
It's going to have to because y'all are going to have to quit depending on Bron.
LeBron, listen. Look, if you notice, right, really LeBron was already showing you what it could be. He was already like third option. He was letting Luka and AR get off. You feel what I'm saying? So he was already positioning himself third option. That's why when they play small,
same AR that in the playoffs.
Yeah, he shrunk. I ain't gonna front. He shrunk. He didn't show up. So I'll be the first to tell you. But based off what LeBron has been doing since the trade for Luka, he's revert and gave the keys to Luka, and he's unshifted to third gear, letting Luka and AR be the main two focus on the team while he go down and get like double doubles and shit like that.
If they don't find some size,
they will
in the off season.
They will.
It's not going to be pretty good.
They will. Lakers always get their people, man. See, this is the reason why Boston number 1, they're number 2. We going back and forth as the most titles in the fucking history of the league because we get our shit together. We win chips.
Yes, you certainly do. Okay, I wanted to discuss the WNBA because wasn't today the
opening?
Actually, it was, but last night it was. But
yeah, today is the game everybody talked about with
a couple of them.
The big game.
Yeah, well, the big game. The game the white people are going to be talking about this week.
Well, you had 2 big games. But I get what you're saying.
Okay, so yeah, we had, of course, the Fever whooping the Sky's ass today. The final score, let me pull that up.
About 32. Beating by 32.
A lot by a little.
A lot to a little.
Yeah, but of course, the talk of the game, where is the score? Yeah, 93-58.
Woo.
93-58. Caitlin Clark had, of course, a triple-double. Yes.
How much Angel Reese had?
Okay, Angel Reese had a total of 12 points, 17 rebounds,
double machine,
1 assist, and 5 turnovers. Yes, and of course, Caitlin Clark had 20 points, 10 assists, and 10 rebounds.
That was their 10th meeting between college and pros. Since then, Angel Reese, she is lead double-double.
Yeah.
And Caitlin as well as an assist. As far as followers, Reese 4.1, Angel Caitlin 3.2. So these women careers are interlocked for each other until
Like you said,
one or both are.
Like Dub said earlier, you throw this followers thing out. The biggest thing is we don't see Caitlyn. She ain't got the followers because Caitlyn ass in the gym.
Okay.
Caitlyn ass in the gym.
Reese in the gym too. She was
the Met Gala.
Yup.
Any event.
And
but
you're right.
Caitlyn
She
in
can't
the
help
gym.
it. She look. Who the hell looking at? I'm sorry. Who looking at so and so at the Met Gala?
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Work on your craft.
She did. She was working out with Lisa Leslie. So don't do that. She was working out with a Hall of Famer center over the summer. And if you were looking at the game, she shot some threes and she done hit a couple of them. So yeah, chill out. She been putting in work, my dude.
Okay, so now, of course, the talk of the game was the flagrant foul Caitlin Clark pulled on Angel Reese. What was that, in the third quarter?
Yep, and Reese was about to get ready to pop her ass until your girl Boston came in and said, oh, we can't do that. Caitlin Clark didn't even know nothing about that, but, it was a hard foul.
Yeah, so Caitlin Clark said it was a good play on the basketball. I'm not sure what the refs saw to upgrade it to a flagrant, but it's up to their discretion. It was a take foul to put them at the free throw line. I watched a lot of basketball in my life, but that's exactly what it was. I wasn't trying to do anything malicious. And then Angel Reese even said after the interview it was just simply a basketball play. So they don't seem to have any long-standing emotions from it.
It's nothing more than they're
Basketball.
playing basketball.
It's basketball.
These women careers are forever interlocked.
Yeah, forever. They're the new
Bird and Magic.
Yeah, so in addition to that, who else was playing?
Liberty and your girl on the Aces. Asia was playing. Liberty won.
Didn't some new team already play Las Vegas?
Valkyrie. No. San Fran Valkyries.
Okay, so yeah.
They won last night. They won last night because there was some games on Friday night. But today's games was the big games. The champions, Liberty, against two-time former defender champ Aces and 3-time MVP Asia Wilson, which right now everybody sees she's buzzing on the airways with her commercial with her new shoe out, which always been reported that's been sold out and everything. Congratulations to Wilson. Love to see the fact how the WNBA getting its props, viewership and everything. Cause I damn sure checked out both of the games. You know what I'm saying? And I am very excited for this season. I even filled out 3 brackets in the damn fantasy league. Yeah, that part.
Awesome. Cool. Well, I wanted to discuss the NFL because the NFL schedule was released.
Go Birds.
Yes, and it seems like everybody's excited about the schedule.
Because we get to hang a banner on the Cowboys' head first
game, September 4th.
Man, don't even do it.
Dope,
don't even do that, man. Don't even do that.
What you mean?
What you mean? Because my boy coming back, and on top of that,
what the fuck does that mean?
Because you beat us both times without him. He didn't play. He was hurt. So now my man.
Who was your man?
What? Dak.
Oh.
He's coming back. Then on top of that
means more interceptions.
No, ain't no more interceptions because number one, ain't nobody gonna focus on CD when you got Pickens on the other side. We got a 3-headed monster that can put up some goddamn points.
Who's if our monster?
What? We got motherfucking Pickens on one side. We got damn motherfucking my man was a CD on the other side, and goddamn Ferguson going down the middle. Yeah, that's that 3-headed monster. Yeah, nigga. Yeah. Pickens is a beast.
Know that we made Ferguson into a monster.
Yeah, he is. He a beast, dog. Don't do that. You don't know nothing about that. But anyway, we got y'all game 1. And we're gonna knock that shit off.
And y'all ain't got no excuses. First game of the season.
You're right. We ain't got no excuse. I mean, we're gonna work that thing.
What y'all think y'all record gonna be this year?
I don't know because I don't know what the depth chart gonna be yet. I gotta see what the depth chart gonna be like.
Well, I know my Commanders open up against the Giants.
Yeah, y'all got 8 primetime games. Y'all tied with the KC with 8 primetime games and shit like that.
Hey, don't be mad at that.
I ain't mad at that. Y'all Jada Daniels.
Hey, you damn right. We got.
You think Debo gonna be like that this year?
I hope so. I'm counting on it, man. We got a little squad going. We got a nice little lineup. We drafted pretty decent, so I'm excited.
Buddha. Okay.
I mean, shit. They got some. They got.
He's pulling for Jackson Dart.
No, I mean they got like I said.
Who would you want to see start at quarterback?
Starting quarterback,
Russell and Jameson.
Yeah, Jameson and Russell Wilson. And so.
Yeah, so. They just got better on the defense, but they got Abdul Carter. They got a scary ass line. I ain't even gonna stunt.
Yeah, so they got a nice little line.
The NFC East going to be scary.
Yeah,
like the NFC East definitely going to be scary next year.
Right, and then outside of that, our back half of Dallas back half of schedule is like one of the toughest in the league. Most of them is on.
You copping please early?
I ain't copping please.
We got the fourth
I
hardest
ain't
schedule in the
please.
league.
You got the what? Fourth what?
Hardest.
Fourth hardest.
We play 11 playoff
Who got the
teams.
tough? I forgot who got the toughest.
They're going to say KC.
No, KC don't. They don't have the toughest. Believe it or not. I forgot who got the toughest.
Lord, don't be the Panthers. We need a couple of dubs this year.
Somebody got the easy. New England got the easiest schedule, and their favorite in about 11 of those.
How y'all always get the Panthers on y'all schedule? That's what I want to know. How y'all
because you got, first of all, you got to understand history. In this region, before the Panthers came along, this was Cowboy Redskin, aka Commanders area territory. So since Carolina was created, that the Legion has changed. But since we got a whole lot of still diehard Cowboy fans here in the Carolinas and in some parts of DMV and up in the northeastern part, you feel what I'm saying? The ratings and the fan base come out. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a big ass thing, Yeah.
Yes. So I'm looking forward to.
We are. We have the NFC North. That's going to be interesting games.
Yeah.
Lions, Vikings, Bears.
Oh my!
But they got a new quarterback, so we'll see how that works out.
Yes, indeed. And it also looks like Shador is making noise in Cleveland.
Of course.
Yeah, there are lots of people, scouts and stuff, who've just been saying they've been impressed with him. And
mark my word, he gonna win starting. He gonna win started.
You still on
quarterback?
He gonna win start.
Kurt Warner called him the most accurate passer in the 2025 draft.
He gonna beat your boy Pickett.
I believe that, but he's not going to beat out.
He gonna
Kenny
beat
Pickett.
He gonna beat Kenny Pickett. Watch
What
it
is
up.
so special about Kenny Pickett?
Nothing.
He's a Super Bowl champion.
That's it. That's it. He ride a pine.
He's a previous star.
He was a former first round draft pick that the Steelers got rid of. He couldn't get it done at Pittsburgh. He sat behind Jalen, threw a touchdown in the play.
Next year.
Oh, Nate, like I said, Shador will be your starting quarterback for the upcoming season for the Cleveland Browns. Mark what I just said now. Watch.
I think we should put something on this because I just feel like I just think Kenny Pickett is going to be the starter.
Kenny Pickett could listen.
Couldn't what?
He can't. Like I said, you had the keys to the Corvette in Pittsburgh, and you lost them. And you went from start.
Niggas done lost their keys in Pittsburgh. Russell had the keys in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
some shit like
of
that.
course. But but you younger.
Super Bowl experience MVP.
Oh man. Okay. All right. Right. Okay. Fine.
Super Bowl winning MVP
Right.
quarterback.
Okay.
And now Kenny's ready.
If he's ready, they wouldn't have drafted not one but two motherfucking rookie quarterbacks. If Kenny's that dude, they had the answer when they traded for him. So you traded for a quarterback.
I mean,
you traded for his ass. Then you bring in a vet. Then you drafted. This is the first time in modern day history that I can remember that a team drafted not one but two quarterbacks in the same draft class.
If the quarterback was more important, they would have drafted him higher. They took a quarterback in the third round. Am I right?
You know why they don't? You know why they could have, but you know why they didn't take him higher? Because all the historical fact when the Browns had number 1 or number 2 for like over like 15 years, they had missed out on 12 plus quarterbacks between 1 and number 2. So they did not wanted that pressure, especially since they still. The damn fucking owner came out this over the summer and said, hey, listen, the Deshaun Watson trade, that's on me. We fucked up. So when you sit here and openly talk about that shit, you're not going to put pressure on yourself by drafting a high-profile individual that you really want, but you already know with the rabid fan base and what he brings to the table, that's going to put astronomically pressure on him. So what you do?
Start Kenny Pickett?
No, you don't. What you do is you know he gonna most likely beat that shit.
So you start Shador. He has a bad start to the season.
He ain't because he a rookie, dog.
He plays for the Cleveland Browns. Stop that shit. Because he's a rookie. And he gets off to a bad start. Instead of letting Kenny Pickett start the season, then if Kenny Pickett, which he probably going to get off to a bad start because he plays for the Browns, they get off to a bad start, then they work Shador in later on in the season.
This is the reason why I say that don't make sense, because if he beats Kenny Pickett out, what that means, what that says about Kenny Pickett, right?
Okay.
If he beats Kenny Pickett out during preseason, that speaks a lot about Kenny Pickett's game, and that's the reason why his ass no longer in Pittsburgh and not at Philly.
Well, we got quarterbacks.
That's all good. I still say Shador, he gonna win. He gonna win the starting position.
I believe in Shador, and I have faith in Shador. There are just too many people saying too many positive things about him that have actually seen
I'm not knocking Shador. I know he's a baller, but Kenny's a Super Bowl
just keep hyping up.
Yeah, you hyping up Kenny, man. Like I said,
did he only throw like 2 passes? How many passes did he throw?
He's got a ring.
That's all he talking about. He got a ring. That's it.
Wouldn't you like to say Dak has a ring?
Yeah, that's fine. He will. He will. He will sooner than later.
Your backup does have a ring.
Hey, no, he doesn't. So again, this is what
very far.
This is what I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it.
There no more?
Who?
Who they go get from the Niners?
Huh?
The quarterback. The Cowboys. Who
the
got
Cowboys get drafted. They traded for Milford from.
Yeah, but was it the other? Who was the dude they had before? From the Niners.
No, he
Trey Lance. He not there no more?
I don't even know what they doing with Trey Lance.
Oh, I thought he was still there.
He probably still there, but obviously if they traded for Milton, I mean, they only gave up a 4th round draft pick, so it's not like they gave up no third.
I just making see where Trey Lance
it's all good. He a 4th round. I guess he's still hanging around. He need to do something when he get an opportunity. So that's all I can say. But don't be surprised we bust y'all ass on pause on game 1 of the season and shit like that.
You and your dreams.
These ain't dreams, man. You beat my team without fucking Dak. Dak gonna be back. That's all I got to say. Right.
Cool. Well, y'all got any other topics?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, go
ahead. I got a little rant. How about we talk about these Afrikaners that's here? I've been doing my little research, and I've heard since we are we supposed to be America's first and stuff like that, why are we sending out refugees just to bring in refugees? And then on top of that, what I heard, we're giving out my tax dollars, your tax dollars. We are not only feeding them, we're giving them food stamps, we are giving them medical, we are giving them money, we are giving them housing, the same shit that you didn't want these black and brown immigrants to get. You're going to give it to these Afrikaners. And then what's crazy about it is for them to be 7%, the whole notion about what's been going on, they being persecuted, blah, blah, blah. 7% population in that country, they own 80% of the land that's in South Africa. Don't sound like somebody's being persecuted. And what's word out on the town is that these are not our best. So when I thought, based off the rules to come up in, you have to be self-sufficient. Based on what I just labeled, what we're giving away, they're not self-sufficient. Even in Texas, it's a small town. They building a town for these motherfuckers. And it's already been said, these are not the best. If you had laws in place that's still ringing bells down and you was unable to get successful just simply because of your whiteness, that's crazy. And you're coming from a country, you saying you was being discriminated in South Africa. What you think gonna be happening when you come here with the administration's current administration doing right now? Want to suspend habeas corpus. He want to do away with due process, the whole nine. We got farmers in the Midwest is almost about to lose their land because the government reneged on deals that was made for them to make money. All I'm just saying is, people, keep your eyes on the prize. Oh, another thing. We had not one incident, but 2 incidents that jets falling off the aircraft carriers, falling in the damn ocean. Don't you know how much them damn jets cost? $70 million a piece. But we're worrying about the DEI. What about Newark International Airport? They got their radar system is so old. They have blackouts. They losing planes in the fucking sky and shit because of the air traffic controller communication system is so old. So for those of y'all that's traveling in and around the area, I know some relatives that is, y'all be safe in them skies. But all I'm just saying is, for those of y'all who voted for this guy, how your lives are. Didn't y'all say y'all voted for him because y'all wanted your life better? Is eggs still high? Has inflation has gone down? Are you paying more than you were paying last year? I bet you cannot answer that with a straight face. All I'm just saying is, just look at the hypocrisy. Oh, I forgot. Did he not got a plane for Qatar? Imagine if Obama, Biden took some gifts from a foreign country that's lavish, tricked out, in other words, that they can probably just drop your ass out of the sky anytime you gonna get in there, bitch. Then you got the nerve to say you gonna take that motherfucker with you when you leave out. All I'm just saying is, we got corruption going on in our face. The Constitution is being erupted, reconstructed, and all the MAGA who, I remember the theme, drain the swamp. Seems like that swamp is getting a lot bigger. But, you know, y'all gonna, what's that, FO, fuck around and find out? Yeah, y'all gonna find out. That's all I got to say on that rant.
Cool. All right. Well, if y'all made it this far, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that stuff. And thank y'all for joining us, and we will see you sometime next week.